But have a good night to Colossus. Thank you again to CD for the very kind raid. Thank you to her lovely viewers for coming along. Sir Whoop-Ass was an awesome time, and I enjoyed every second of it. I'd be super down to play more of it with CD, especially if there's like other folks, other streamer buddies that in which we might be able to get a full party. Because I imagine a full party of 4 people would be redonkulous in that game. So we'll see. We'll see if we can like organize some other shenanigans. We have 4 unholy grenades. Very good. So the magical sword. There is ammunition. Oh, and it's specifically to block as well. There's ammunition for it. We have special items down here. We have the Crystal of Life, Stonebreaker. Oh, right, the different transformations. So you can transform into other creatures with punches and stomps, which is cool. And it has a finite amount of energy. And then if I press enter again, we go back to regular mode. So we have different forms. So there's almost like maybe not Metroidvania, but there is you like unlock new abilities that unlock other areas. We're gonna eventually see, I think, small little holes in the ground where you can go into snake mode and slither through. So yeah, there's definitely like a feature of unlocking new abilities that allows you to explore more stuff. There's Berserker Hand, which that's not an ability. That is an ability, but a limited one. Berserker Head. There's the titular Hand of Necromancy. I don't remember what most of these do. I think the yellow potion. It's not a piss potion. I know. I'm just as disappointed as you are. It's not a piss potion. I think it restores mana. The blue thing, or just general ammo. Red potion, of course, is for health. Crystal of Life. Can't remember what that does. Let's just kind of start poking around here. We got our fireball staff. Here we go. The audio is maybe a little bit on the loud side. I'm going to lower the volume just a smidge. Just a smidgen. Yeah, you would say this qualifies as a Metroidvania. It's not what a lot of people think of when they hear the phrase Metroidvania. But I would say by virtue of us unlocking new abilities that opens up more areas, and it's fairly non-linear, I would say that counts towards something, I would say, in a general sense, but it's obviously not like a 2D platformer, so that part of it isn't quite analogous, but it's close enough. With the sounds a bit as well. I remember playing this, and we got kind of fairly far. Oh, you know what? Ammo is kind of limited here. Maybe we should be a good boy and just go with melee for a little bit here. Yeah, I don't think we can break these, unfortunately. I was trying that earlier. But I remember it was very dark in certain areas. Oh, Jesus. And this game is pretty tough at times. Where? Oh, it's this little fella, I think. Is it a fella? Oh, it's these guys. All right, let's go for melee. There we go. Yeah, there's kind of a rhythm where if you can approach with melee and kind of get around their attacks, you can kind of like combo them to death without them having a chance to exact revenge. I remember it was very dark at one point. I think in like the last couple levels we played when we first streamed this, it was very dark. And I don't just mean thematically, I mean literally. Like, it was very hard to see. I'm gonna do my best to kind of be observant for times where it's like painful for viewers and or for me, for that matter as well. It's going fast. He's going fast and eating ass. I'll go and bust out the ranged damage from this guy. There we go. I'll try to watch for opportunities for making the game a little bit more visually pleasant. You know that other guy's gonna come out of nowhere. Pop out when we least expect it. But yeah, Ace says, yeah, you can break the jars in the second game. You might have heard me earlier. The reason I'm streaming this is because, well, for one thing, I wanted to come back and finish it. It's kind of been on my list for a while. The other thing, though, is that we have a review key for the second one, and I feel a little bit weird playing the second one without beating the first one. It's like, I know how it goes. I know I don't have to beat them in the same order, but it would be nice. It's a nice to have. Oh, here we go. Or to copy the Metroid game and not be a Metroidvania. That's a good point, because there are definitely Castlevania games that would be what I would consider, or that are not Metroidvania games. If that makes sense. I'm sure this probably came up earlier during CD's stream. Also, am I almost out of health? Is that left number the health number? It might be the health number, so I'm gonna have to get good here. But I'm sure this came up during CD's stream because she was playing some Castlevania earlier. She was playing the... Was it Portrait of Ruin? It was one of the DS games in the newest collection. That's my guy. Makes that weird noise. Crystal of Life is an extra life. That's what that is. All right, so good to know. But I don't... Actually, hold on. That's very cool. I'm not sure if the Grim Reaper is of significance here. I don't think it is. I'm actually going to load out of that now that we kind of know what to expect there. Okay, so I need to be a little bit more careful with my resources. This is a game that punishes you if you're not careful and not managing resources well. So I'm going to use my ranged weapons a bit more. We'll use melee only when we absolutely need to. We have a couple other weapons too. We have Ring of Ice, the Tornado Spell. Tornado Spell is really good. I remember liking that a whole lot. But anyway, no, since I know CD was playing her first Castlevania game, I'm sure there were folks mentioning there's the Metroidvania games, which tend to be non-linear, and they have branching paths, and have that kind of mechanic where you get new abilities that open up new paths. There's usually a leveling system, so there's like an RPG aspect to it sometimes. In the case of Symphony and like Portrait of Ruin, I think Portrait of Ruin and like Circle the Moon, those kinds of games. And then there's the more linear, more classic Castlevania games, which are not Metroidvania. Those are, yeah, more like the standard, like the original trilogy. And I guess Super Castlevania 4 as well. That's more of a kind of a standard kind of deal. There we go. Those guys. So that's more of like the standard kind of linear experience that is still very fun. I thought my first original Castlevania game, which is like the classic Persuasion, was Rondo of Blood. Loved Rondo of Blood. Tough ass game, really fucking hard, but very enjoyable. Also, I'm gonna use the Unholy Hand Grenade. It didn't kill like I hoped that it would. So I'll use the Tornado Spell. So I remember that rips these guys to shreds. There we go. I was really hoping that that grenade was gonna do the goods, but that came a little bit short. And I should be saving every so often. I know better than to trust myself. Save Reno. We learned there's a guy right here. There's no sprint button. You can walk slower with shift, but there's no sprint button. Good to know. Yeah, in fact, I looked at one point in the reviews for Hands of Necromancy 2, and they were even saying that, yeah, you don't have to beat the first one to, like, really get the second game. They're not required. And let's be real, a lot of people don't play games like this for the storytelling, for the lore. They play it for the joy of the gameplay and, like, just that classic experience. Classic-inspired experience. I'm going to use a health potion. Okay, that's probably what that was going to be. They do throw little nuggets of meat at me. Kind of like in Quake. I think that's what the zombies in Quake do, and you have to gib them to kill them. Can't just shoot them with guns. You gotta explode their asses. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that's extremely delightful. I like that a lot. He canceled that one out, which is not as fun. We'll just use a fireball stand. Oh, it one-shots him. Oh, damn. Very much overcomplicating things, then. It's over there. It's kind of hard to see, though. But anyway, yeah, so the idea of two kind of categories of Castlevania game is something that I enjoy. But that being said, I don't think there's any Metroid games that are not Metroidvanias by design. So I think that's also kind of an interesting little, like, genre definition experiment. Also, this conversation, and also CD's stream earlier makes me want to play... makes me want to play more Castlevania games, because the last one I played was Circle the Moon when I picked up the Advanced Collection on Steam. But I've never played any of the DS games. There's still like 3 or 4 games in the collection I've yet to beat. I'm gonna go ahead. I think this turns a bad guy to your side. You have to be in melee range with him. See if I do this. Jumped over him. Did it work? Enter. Enter. Crap, it's not working. Just kill him then. And how's the Hand of Necromancy work? It's not enter. Oh, now it worked. Oh, it has to. You have to kill them and then you raise them back up. Why am I surprised? You're a necromancer. Of course, that's how it would work. So, looking for like a really strong bad guy and choosing them as a smart choice to raise them back up to fight for you is also a major function of this game. Yeah, there's the hub levels, exactly. You can be approached in any direction, in any order that is. You can just climb over them. There are bad guys afoot. I wonder what the range of the hand is, because it'd be nice if I could raise them from a distance. Is this a death path? This looks like... Oh my god, that is so sinister. There's death down there. Why would you put this here? Oh, I guess if you jump down this way. Ace Roy says, I'm a lore whore, I want all the lore. That's a good phrase. I enjoy that phrase, it makes me happy. Large... Oh, that's ice ammo, that makes sense. Just switch somewhere then. Oh, that's just... I was like, what kind of pickup is this? Is that snake ammo? No, it's just an actual enemy snake. Is it a gargoyle? An enemy gargoyle? Yeah, every Metroid game is a Metroidvania, exactly. Yeah, trying to raise living. I thought it, like, converted them. I thought it just converted them to your side. I forgot. Right, you're a necromancer. So you gotta act and think like one. To be able to make it as a necromancer, you must live and breathe and think like one. The sword... Oh, actually, we lost the juice. It's now just a regular sword. It's no longer doing magic damage. It's pretty effective in close quarter combat, like surprisingly so, compared to the fireball staff at least. We have a lot of ammo for it, but we kind of learned that tornado spell and ring of ice ammo is very hard to come by. So we have a vested interest to save it for a rainy day. Like we were talking about with CD earlier, where when you play a game, any game of like the role-playing persuasion, you know, RPGs and such, there's that temptation to just sit on the good ammo and the good resources and the good healing spells and buff spells or potions and scrolls, because what if there's like a really scary boss battle and I'm gonna need it then, and while you're fighting the final boss, well, this feels like the final form of the final boss, but what if there's a super secret one that's even harder? I better save him now. And then suddenly it's the end credits and you're watching the end credits scroll and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know, they could throw something scary at me. I might regret this. So this is actually one such instance where it is, I think, a good idea to hoard the goods, because they're not overly generous with resources. I cannot block, unfortunately. While we have the non-magic sword right now. This will probably open this guy up. Let's see if there's anything else this way before we hit that switchy. Thank you. It's awfully dark in here. I think... Let's see, when you use a torch, does it, like, use it forever? Let's save and find out. Because if it's a limited use... it is limited use. Alright, so I think I am... Another instance, I think I'm gonna save it then. I'm gonna save it for a dark and rainy day, I suppose. Yeah. Burn through resources for the first boss. I don't even think I found the first boss. Actually, I guess you probably know, Ace Roy. You probably would recognize when we fight the first boss more than anything. I'm going to... Actually, no, I'm not going to raise that guy up because there could be something really cool behind here. Stairs, okay. The Well of Souls has opened, okay. Very ominous. I'm stuck. Oh, God. All right. I don't want to waste my extra life on that. Come on, we can do this shit. That's going to be very close quarter focused, so I think we'll probably throw the tornado spell at them. Also, I might lower the volume maybe just a little bit for the music. Look how low we've lowered the music, and it's still kind of popping off. And I like it, I'm enjoying it, but it's just maybe a little bit on the loud, so I will lower the sounds as well, maybe. The sounds are still maybe a little bit on the louder side. That's a little bit better. Cool. So let's go for the ring. Another ring of ice. Tornado spell. Also, I like the implication that we're not like a good guy in this game. I think the idea is the necromancer we're playing as, he is more of an anti-hero than anything. Okay, Jesus Christ, they just slurp you down real good. They give you the real slurp. What I would like to do is convert one of them to a bad guy. Maybe what I should do is press the switch, act like draw their aggro, and then run this way so I can just kind of lunge line them one after the other. Wait for them to spawn, wait for them to see me, throw a single one of these things in, and then draw them in this way. Be a real cheaty McCheaterson. But you know what? Can you blame me? These guys are pretty juicy. They're pretty thick. Ouch. Oh, they don't leave behind a corpse. Why am I surprised that a ghost does not leave behind a corpse? Whoa, what in the world? I'm not sure what got me there. But yeah, a ghost not leaving behind a corpse, I should not be surprised by this notion. Try this again. I'm not so sure that the whirlwind was doing all that much damage, unfortunately. One of them must have, like, gone above me. Gone above and beyond. There we go. It is getting their asses. Must have been one that, like, went above me somehow. Because at one point I just, like, I was, like, suddenly losing HP like the Dickens. Right, we gotta save because that was a little moment. There's gonna be a lot of moments like that, and I feel the need to apologize prematurely because there's gonna be a lot of... I like to think it's not save scumming in the biblical sense of the word, but yes, the idea of having to, like, oh, we made a little bit of progress, time to save, because this is all very scary, and I'm a squishy little bitch. Can I kill him with fall damage? I'll just kill him with regular damage. It's a long way down, man. Yeah, when they just dig into the enemies, it's wonderful. Yeah, when they just kind of sit and grind on them, it's delicious. The delicious kind of grinding. I'll raise you up to fight for me in case there's bad guys around here. I will hit these switches. Let me get this guy real fast. There is a button here. That's sneaky. It's probably more where that came from then. Can I uncompress it? No, that's a one-time thing. Probably another button somewhere else. I'm just gonna, like, hump the wall for a little bit, so apologies if you hear my guy just, like, making questionable noises. There'll be a second one somewhere. It sounds like my guy is enjoying a delicious treat. He's going like, this is delicious. God, I love this. What'd you put in this soup? Can I break this thing down? Because it's all cracked. You see what I'm thinking? Like, it's all cracked. I'm sure I can break that shit, right? No such luck. No dice. There might be something on the other side. I'm going to check that real quick. And if it turns up nothing, which I'm very much prepared for, then we'll continue to mosey. Might be something on this side of this wall. So let's come back to that one in a bit. Yeah, it's either my guy is enjoying a very delicious treat or he's thinking of a very good idea and he's very pleased with himself. Also, how often do you think somebody was so excited they killed all the ghosts and they just charged up the stairs and just flung their ass right into the endless pit of sadness? The unfathomable pit of sadness. Alright, so this is where we were earlier. We can't break these things. Still can't break these cuffs. It's a satisfying door opening noise, isn't it? Lickety clatter of, like, of a gate like that opening. Very satisfying. Also, in before Alex falls over to fall damage and falls and shits himself and dies and then is dead. It's only a matter of time before I embarrass myself in some way. And probably jump across there just with the path that we opened. Some ammo, that sounds nice. This would be a really snifty place. A snifty place for them to put a secret of some kind. Be really cool. There's a secret somewhere. Are these? Oh, I could just drop down. But is it wise to just drop down? That's the question. That path will lead us to the side. Yeah, this path leads us across here. Oh, there's another torch. All right. Let's go this way first, because I think that might be like a side area. Whereas the place kind of on the other side of that house might be like a required area. So let's go here first. Whoop. Oh, right. Yeah, shift does not sprint. Shift makes you go slower. Hello, friend. What happened to you? I am a necromancer. Am I able to, like, commune with the dead? No, you're too old of a corpse. Can I cast sword? I cast sword, it has no effect. In that case, I'll just drink a bunch of red potions because there's a whole bunch lying around. Just will pop it off. Might as well. I'm not gonna fuck up this jump, will I? I would never. Can't imagine anything of the sort. Oh! That's what I get for speaking too soon. This is why we save. Save early, save often. Whoop! So that's how you get back if you fall from that little zone. This is why it pays to save. Excuse me, could you please move? I guess I can just, like, climb over you or jump over you. Oh, there we go. Let's do this part first. A secret is revealed. A secret, you say? So this was not a thing that it was expected. Okay, so sure enough, this was an optional spot. When they say a secret was revealed, do they mean that truly something has opened up? Or maybe what they mean is that was a secret. And, like, good job. That's kind of what I was expecting. That is still closed, but... And that guy is on our side. But this... is not. I'm a little bit concerned that I was supposed to go inside this structure and that I hacked it up. But I think we're okay. Let's just drop down and just let come with me. Hiya! Hiya! Have at thee! Some more ammo for the good weapons. Stuff over there. Oh, it's okay. I think... You want to fight for me? He's trying. He's doing some damage, but I don't think I'm that patient. If nothing else, he's something for them to target. Got my little pea shooter. My piss shooter. Now, back in... It never happened. Complete fabrication. Back... I think it was last year. I think it was... No, it was 2 years ago. I played all the way through Heretic, and I loved it. I loved Heretic. And it might be sacrilegious, but it's... I kind of go back and forth on this. I might have liked Heretic more than I liked Doom 1 and 2. I loved Heretic. Very much designed as a Doom-like kind of game. Pretty linear levels. You know, very much closer to Doom than anything else, but just Doom but Dungeons and Dragons, basically. Like Doom but swords and wizards and that kind of thing. And it was really, really a phenomenal game. Loved it all the way through. And then I was like, yo, I gotta play Hexen next. Because Hexen is like the next in the line, so to speak. I think it's made by the same devs. Makes perfect sense. Played Hexen. Hardest fucking game I've ever played in my life. And we beat it, but man, did that game try my patience. The game is just fucking mean. It's just, like, unfriendly towards the player. So many gotcha moments, so many, like, just level design fuckeries that are... But it was like, good to cross off the gamer, like, the gamer bucket list. I was like, alright, I did it. I've accomplished this game, hell yeah. This game is, I would say, closer to Heretic than Hexen. But, thankfully, I feel like there's fewer bullshit moments where the game just kind of is mean to you. There's still a few. Still a few where that gets your ass real good, but it's not quite as egregious, I don't think. Also, this fella. I remember you. I'm just going to assume you're not nice. Just throwing little ghosty boys at me. It's sorted. And of course, I can't block your shit. Oh, I got you, ass. Now, this would be a powerful enemy to raise, but there's probably nothing for him to fight right now. Bridge of the Damned. Well, gosh darn, that sounds great. Yeah, so I mean, I'm enjoying this, and I'm recognizing that there's a lot of Hexen-esque properties to it that bring back some maybe less than ideal, less than perfect memories, but it's still good. It's still very good. Oh, that's sinister. All right, so we'll take that real slow. Is there anything else that I want to go back for? Never did find a way to enter this structure. And also there's stuff over there I never did get, but I think we're kind of like past the point of no return here. I think that ship has sailed, which is fine. I mean, there's just no way to get all the secrets in a game like this in your first playthrough. There's just no way. have to get real close to activate the bridge. Real close. Ooh, a little scary. Majora's Mask all over again with the owl feathers. Modern Doom is popular. Yeah. You see and hear more Heretic than like old school Doom. I mean, there's definitely old school Doom inspired games. But yeah, there's also a decent chunk of like Heretic inspired and Hexen inspired games. I would say this is more Hexen than Heretic. But then you have games like what's the one that New Blood made, or at least published? Oh, the name escapes me, but it's on Steam and it's apparently very good. I've never played it. But yeah, same developer, or same publisher at least as Dusk. Yeah, Doom inspired. Then actually praising classic Doom. I think that's fair. The reality is the majority of people that are praising classic Doom are people that are my age or older. So, which is I think is valid. You know, I don't expect all of the, you know, the young ones out there to go back for like a real old school history lesson. I think playing old school Doom is good, but you don't have to play it all the way through. It's, for one thing, that game is very hard. I think Doom is a hard game. And it's weird because a lot of people, when they think of Doom, old school Doom, they think rip and tear until it's done. They think tons of bad guys and blood and guts and Satanism and like drama, you know, drama when the game first came out because it was controversial. Like, oh man, here's a game that's violent and video games are for kids, and yet look how bloody this is. And you know, obviously there was a lot of that was overblown, but still, it was a big deal for a good minute there. Oh, we finally found him. We knew he was out here somewhere. When he charges you, it doesn't do any damage, but then he goes in for a punch. Come on. I mean, like a gargoyle man. There we go. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, you think all those things, but then you play classic Doom, and you have to be tactical. You have to be smart. It's a slow-paced game, I would argue. I would argue that Doom is a slower-paced game than a lot of people might think, at least from the distance. And Medieval, by the way, thank you, Silverant. That's the game I was thinking of earlier. The kind of more, probably more Heretic-like game, although, again, I've not played it, so I can't say for sure. Also, I should save. I haven't saved in a minute. Save early, save often. So yeah, I would argue that Doom is like a slower-paced game than a lot of people might think, whereas, of course, you know, modern Doom is fairly fast-paced. You have to be tactical, you have to be smart about it, but it's like, it's very, like, intense and action-packed. Original Doom is intense for a very different reason, and I think that's why there is a contingent of old-school Doom holdouts that say, nah, this new Doom is not the same, and they're not wrong, it isn't the same. But it is a more modern take on like a kind of an old idea of what kind of game do we want to make? Do we want to make a game that's tactical but still actiony? I think modern Doom does a good job of that. But yeah, it's just a different approach. Kind of like old school Fallout. You play Fallout 1 and 2. Ouch. You play old school Fallout 1 and 2, you go, wow, this is cool. It's slow, it's fucking brutal. It's very unforgiving. But it's a very, like, smartly made game. Then you play Fallout 3 New Vegas, and again, like, it kind of turns on its head again, and it's much more modern, and, you know, for some people, they enjoy it a lot more. For some people, it's better. But there are those old school holdouts that say, nah, I like Fallout 1 and 2 the most. So, and again, it's just kind of like a different take on an idea for, like, what kind of game you want to make, so, yeah, modern Doom is great. Yeah, again, I'm in my mid-30s. I have a bunch of friends who are also in the mid-30s. A bunch of friends who are older, in their early to mid-40s in a couple cases. And some of them, they pull that kind of old boomer gamer card. They go, nah, this new shit is terrible. And I'm over here banging the drum for new games are good too. They can all be good. They can be good for different reasons. So, you know, I like to think I kind of am more kind of towards the middle as far as where my persuasion lies. Whoa! And that's Kubos! So thank you, Kubos. That's very sweet of you. We're playing Hands of Necromancy. Really fun, old-school inspired Doom-like, but also a Heretic-like and a Hexen-like. We were just kind of riffing on the different flavors of Doom and Heretic and Hexen over the years. But this one is a newer game. It came out a year or two ago, and actually the sequel is in early access right now. And I've got a review key for the sequel, so we're trying to beat this game, the original that is, before we go in for numero dos in the series. So if you like old school retro revival boomer shooter shit, This is some real boomer shooter shit right here, but we're enjoying it a lot. Thank you, Kubos. Thank you for that raid. Thank you, Fubi, for joining in as well. Thank you for the huggies. Appreciate you guys popping in. Kubos, thank you. You're a freaking homie. We were playing with our friend CD. We were playing a extremely goofy and silly game called Sir Whoop-Ass. Had a great freaking time with it. CD hit us with the raid afterwards. We're hanging out with some of her homies right now. And yeah, playing some Hands of Necromancy. This is going to be kind of the thing we'll focus on for the majority of this week. However, we are playing Crow Country tomorrow. We're playing Crow Country tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. And then we are playing more of this game for the rest of this week. And then we're playing Labyrinthine with our friends Alina, Listener, and Shadow Dragon Claws on Saturday. And the Saturday stream is going to be a big stream. We're talking starting at 3 p.m. my time and going towards maybe 3 a.m. my time. Who knows? It might be a 12-hour extravaganza stream. It might be a real long but enjoyable one. Alina, when it comes to like the really long streams, she tends to go real late. And Alina's in Europe, so you know she is every time it comes up, she's like, nah man, time is a made-up concept. I'm down for games. So it's like, all right, but it's really late for you. Or I guess early, I guess at that point. So anyway, we got lots of fun games this week. Between Labyrinthine on Saturday and Crow Country tomorrow. And lots of Hands of Necromancy this week. We got fun stuff ahead. Presence disturbs. Oh, you don't freaking say. Restless Dead. Let's make them rest once again. How's that sound? We got the melee weapon. It's good to try to use melee weapons when you can in this game because not a ton of ammo to go around. By the way, Kubos is doing science and technology. What was tonight's project, my man? I would love to hear what you've been up to. Kubos, of course, has been working really hard on some stream-related projects. He recently completed a really cool project on his stream that interfaces well with his categories, the categories he streams to, such that whenever he changes his categories, it enables and disables channel point rewards that are relevant to what he's streaming. So, for instance, if he's playing, just spitballing here, RimWorld, and if you have I don't think he's actually played RimWorld, but I'm just using that as an example just because it's an easy one that comes to mind. In RimWorld, you can name colonists after whatever you want to name them. So say you might have found a secret, by the way. So you might have a channel point incentive to name a colonist after a channel point, or I'm sorry, after a viewer's screen name. Well, that redemption makes perfect sense for RimWorld, but doesn't make sense if you're playing this game, Hands of Necromancy, you're playing Fortnite, you're playing Doom, what have you. So, also can I like shoot him with the zappies? I can shoot him with the zappies. I think it does a ton of damage. It does very little damage, but it does tickle his booty hole and makes him fucking explode, apparently. There's a bite move as well. You know what? I'm so fast as a snaky. I'll bite his ass. I'm nibbling on your ankles. Give me your booty. Look, it does so little damage. Now there is also here I can't transform right now, but there's also the Stone Fella. Let's be the Stone Fella for a bit. You get big punches, you get a cool stompy move. This is not a bad time to do so, honestly. Instantly fucking murders them. However, we're a lot slower and more susceptible to getting hit. So, I'd say and also bulkier and harder to fit through these narrow corridors. It's a 2-punch to drop their ass, but it does save on ammo for our sword, for instance. So being the big punchy guy, do a lot worse. So anyway, so Kubos has been doing some cool stuff like that. Were there any clips or any like screenshots or just anything you want to share with us, Kubos? Because once again, you've done me a solid by raiding. If there's anything you want to share, that's always kind of the way I do these things. Whenever someone raids, I always ask if there's anything they wanted to show off, anything they've been working on, anything they're proud of. If there was a fun clip or a screenshot of something you've been working on, glad to hear it. Yeah, lots of bangers for games this week. I'm excited. Oh, I should also mention, if you're not in my Discord server, I'm not going to say you have to. I'm not going to force you in anything, but if you're not in my Discord server, I would recommend you do so because we're doing several game key giveaways this week. If all goes according to plan, I should have, I think, like 10 Steam keys to give away on Friday. We're going to have 8 Steam keys for Darktide. Warhammer 40k Darktide. If that tickles your pickle, if you've heard of Darktide, if you've seen people play it, it's a very, very fun game. If you enjoy Warhammer, honestly, if you enjoy Warhammer 40k, you're pretty much guaranteed to like it. If you're kind of so-so in Warhammer, but you like Left 4 Dead style games, it's still worth it. It's also a worthwhile game. That Left 4 Dead or Vermintide, if you've ever heard of Vermintide, awesome games. So we're going to be giving away 8 keys for Darktide in my Discord server on Friday evening at the end of my stream. The instructions for entering into the giveaway are in the Discord server. It's real easy peasy. We have individual channels set up for the giveaway. We'll also have 1 Steam key for Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. We'll have 1 Steam key for Pro Gymnast Simulator, which I'll confess I've never heard of. Never heard of Pro Gymnast Simulator. Oh, it's an AoE attack. That's what that is. And I'm actually going to go back into regular mode so I can shoot the bad guys with our with this thing. Or should I do the shooting? I don't know. We've been doing a pretty good job with maintaining our resources for now. I think I will indeed continue with Big Stompy Boy, especially because still lots of these nearby. So anyway, yeah, so we're doing the giveaways for those. We'll have a Steam key for Parking Garage Rally Circuit, which we played last night. Beat that game in one sitting and really enjoyed it. We have a giveaway for that one. So anyway, yeah, long story short, lots of giveaways on Friday. So if that tickles your pickle, I recommend joining the Discord server. Don't have to, though. Like I said, it's not required. We're just happy to have you here. But if that tickles anyone's pickle, then I'll be glad to be the one to administer said tickling. You do that stomp attack, and then you go in for the melee attacks, and it will kill, basically in one hit, these little fellers. Just pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So is map 13, that's where it's crashing for you. Okay, yes. We're probably not gonna get to map 13. Oh, apparently we're out, we're maxed out on sword juice. That never happens. I'm never maxed out on sword juice in this game. So I guess we'll go off from Punchy Boy mode so I can actually use some sword ammo. So let's go ahead and use this. Full health. We're actually doing pretty good on resource. I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far. But yeah, thank you for the heads up though. That on that ace that yeah, map 13 is there might be some kind of issue. I wonder if there's a fix to convert your save files over into the compatible format. If it's like a well-known issue, I'll probably need to do some off-stream research to make sure that I'm prepared for when that time comes, because it's gonna get me eventually. So some more Firebot integrations. Let's pause real quick. Go in live channel. That's really nice. Rebuilding chatbot. Oh, it's an RPG. That's cool. You lost it previously, but you're building it back up, man. Kubos has been going fucking and buck wild with the cool channel like development and integration, like development and like feature implementation for the cool stuff that he's working on. I respect that you're going like super. Maybe I shouldn't say super crazy with it, but like very. Ooh, that hurts. I'm gonna hurt him from afar with say will that kill? Will not kill. Let's actually do with one of these. I think big bulky guys like this take big damage. There we go from the tornado spell, the cyclone spell. No, I really respect the fact that you've been going hard on like developing stuff for your stream. Really cool gadgets and widgets for your stream to make things easier for you as a streamer and things for your audience to enjoy. I think that's cool as fuck. As a software guy myself, as like a software developer by day, my day job, I know all too well how frustrating software development can be. Coding and scripting, that kind of thing. Doing it in your free time, not in, you're not being paid to do so. Doing this on your own in your free time is honestly based as fuck, but also hard as fuck. Like, it's not easy, it's exhausting. And I know you were saying earlier there was a project you finished recently, the channel point integration, like enabling and disabling feature that you finished recently. You were like, it's done, I'm never touching this thing again. Goddamn, that sucked. I understand all too well how that goes. But I respect the hell out of you for doing it. So shoutouts to Kubos being a fucking OG, and also being like forward looking with, like I said, implementing cool features that his chat can enjoy. His viewers get to enjoy this great stuff he's making, even if it damages his sanity in the process. This man's a gamer and a streamer for that matter. Yeah, if you don't care about Warhammer, but enjoy the shooty pooty, yeah, Darktide, it's a good game. The problem with Darktide is that it was in a not amazing state for a while. A lot of folks will tell you that Darktide, when it first launched, was, like, it had good bones. You ever hear people talk about that with houses? This house has good bones. Like, it's got, like, a solid skeleton, but it needs some work. You know, that's how it goes with houses sometimes. Like, this house is a good house, but it needs a fixer-upper. It needs some work to, like, be raised to its full potential. That's how Darktide was when it launched. It wasn't in early access, but it probably should have been. It was fine, but it definitely needed some work. It was very lacking in content. It was easy to, like, run out of things to do, basically. But they've patched the shit out of the game. I shouldn't even say patched. They've implemented or developed the shit out of the game. It's got a ton of great stuff now. It's awesome. So yeah, if there was ever a time to get into Darktide, a lot of people that used to play it are getting back into it. A bunch of streamers are playing it now, so you can find, you know, people, like, communities that are all around it right now. So yeah, it's never been a better time to get into Darktide. So like I said, if you want a chance at getting a key for that game, I'm giving away several in my Discord server on Friday at the end of the stream. You don't have to be watching the stream when I do the giveaways. You just have to post in the Discord server in the giveaway channel to be entered. But you don't have to be watching. If you're not present when the giveaway happens, I'll just, you know, I'll DM you the details. So, you know, we try to make sure that, like, we want to make it, like, relatively easy to enter. So that way, you know, it's not, like, super involved to be part of the fun. Let's see if there's any other switches that I've missed, because I think this is all leading towards something. Looks like a Doom mod. Yeah, it's very much a Doom-inspired kind of game. It's more along the lines of Heretic and Hexen, which are themselves classic Doom-likes. But, ooh, look at that. That's a sneaky one. But no, if you enjoy the kind of boomer shooter old school stuff, this is pretty old and boomery as well. This is why we save. This is why we save before we attempt something like this. Also, how do you guys feel about the crouch button in games like this? Are you a crouch toggler or are you a crouch holder? Me, I'm a crouch holder. I love holding a good crotch. Holding a good crouch. Sorry, Freudian slip. So that'd be under actions. So I'm gonna say, instead of crouch toggle, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm very much a crouch I'm a crouch holder. Crouch holder, but I hardly even know her. Oop. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, but sweet fucking like what's the word? Sweet irony. You know, we could have saved our life crystal. We did save our life crystal by kind of quick loading out of that. But by doing so, well, there was another life crystal. You can only hold a maximum of one, so that didn't really do me any good, unfortunately. Make sure there's no other switches. This is a Heretic and Hexen-like. Heretic, I don't think was quite as egregious about this, but Hexen absolutely was egregious about, oh, you missed that one switch. That one switch on the wall. Like, I already hit this one, but you missed that one switch. Well, sucks to be you. You gotta go and hump all the walls and try to find that one thing that you missed, bro, because you can't go forward until you've found all of the things and interacted with all the switches to progress. That's kind of where we're at right now. I think I missed one switch, and it's holding me up right now. Holding up the momentum. You're rediscovering an old part of yourself. That's right. If I ever wanted to work with Firebot, I'll keep that in mind. Like I said, it's not really a thing I've really invested a whole lot into myself, mentally or otherwise. I don't really have any features that I've thought to myself, man, I wish I could implement this or had the time to implement it. But I do appreciate you that if I ever did want to take on something like that, I would probably end up picking your brain to get learnt. It sounds like there's quite a bit to understand, and you've already gone through what sounds like a hell of a gauntlet. Maybe if I just go all the way back down, maybe that opened up something else on the lower floors that I didn't realize was previously closed off. So let's go back down, especially because there are bad guys down there. The old adage with games like this, if there's bad guys spawn, that probably means you're going the right direction. They spawn more friends for us, and let's just go and pay them a bit of a visit. A little bit of a visit. So it's a rare but known issue. So you can just skip. Okay, so yeah, there is a command to just load map 14. We were trying that earlier. We were just trying to load into this map. Of course, the downside with loading into this map directly is that you probably start with just the pea shooter, the fireball staff, and maybe the sword, maybe. So that's the downside of any sort of like direct load, is that you will probably miss out on some gear, unfortunately. This is how we got here in the first place, I think. So if nothing else, that probably would get past whatever temporary issue we would experience. If nothing else, though, I guess we could also, like... I'm assuming the episodes don't carry over. This is, I think, maybe near the end of episode 1. And when you get to episode 2, I'm assuming you start with your default gear. So if nothing else, that might be the time to switch over to the new... the more modern branch. And have that carry us forward. And sure enough, yeah, that was not it. Maybe you just drop down? It seems a little bit scrunchy. I'm not sure if I'm super down for that, but maybe that's the secret. You just drop down and just hope for the best. I'm worried that I won't be able to get back, though. That's what concerns me, but this is why we save before trying such maneuvers. Try that. You're more of a toggler? Yeah. For crouch, you like to hold, but for sprint, you like to toggle. Interesting. I like to hold for both. I've never known anybody that likes to toggle for sprint. I've only known holders for sprinters. So we got some variety, which I appreciate. Can I go up another level? I don't think I can. I'm gonna see if I can go up one more level. I don't think we found a way to do so, though. There was a way to go up another level. It would be around here. Oh, you probably drop down this way. That would probably make sense. We were looking for switch. We were looking for a bunch of things and kind of hit a dead end. Yeah, I think you're supposed to drop down on this side. That makes a lot more sense. That makes me feel better. Very interacted with that one. That's old news. And that summoned more bad guys, but I think... Yes, I think I see was intended to have happened here. Yeah, I was thinking there'd be a switch here of all places. So, but let's go ahead and save just to play it safe. When crouch jumping, yeah, that's a good point. Crouch jumping is a feature in some games, like Half-Life, for instance. What about Monomyth? I've never heard of Monomyth, actually, Derek. I'd be curious. Is that kind of retro revival boomer-esque in its designs? I drop down. Oh, I can't drop down right here. Oh, damn, they put these things up, too. I thought I was a genius. I thought I was a stable genius for thinking. The safest place is probably right here. Whip. I can almost kind of angle it. Let's change map. Okay, thank you, Ace. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the syntax earlier. I couldn't find it on like a quick Google search, so I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should just play it out. Have a good night, though, Kubos. Thank you for that raid. Really appreciate that a whole bunch, buddy. Like, approaching from an angle is the way to do it. Just kind of stops you very suddenly. So Monomyth is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one. But I do enjoy a good boomer shooter inspired kind of thing, so I'll have to keep that keep my eyes peeled for that. Killed his ass off the edge, hell yeah. That's always satisfying when the momentum has them slide off the edge like that. Let's go into Big Man so I can melee the shit out of these guys. It's because it's satisfying doing so. I'll be keeping my eyes out for switches to use. It's very well possible I might have just buggered a switch that I just didn't notice until now. Possible I just missed something, but I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job of activating things as need be. So we're getting into... I'm gonna go back to normal mode for a second so I have like full control over things. Full control over my bowels and my body. It's an early access. It's like a mazy kind of dungeon. I enjoy those kinds of things, although they can be a little bit frustrating at times. Those inevitable mazes where you're like, oh god, I've been going in circles, where the hell am I? But I do find those kinds of things can be quite enjoyable. I'm gonna make a separate save because I'm a little bit concerned since I dropped down. I want to make sure if I need to get back, I haven't screwed myself. So I'm gonna make a new save. Super Hobbit 2 is the name of this one. You'll never guess how I thought of that name. Took the entirety of my creativity. Ouch. Took so much of my brain juice to think of that one. I'm gonna sleep real good tonight. And break this wall down. We'll do so right now. And, oh, that just is a nice shortcut. Oh, no, it's not a shortcut. This is actually the other side. We must be chicken crossing the road the way we got to the other side. So in this case, oh, okay, it's just an extra pickup then. Which is a heretic skull, I think. It is a berserker head, rather. Same thing. I'm not sure what that does. Actually, you know what? I guess we can find out. Here, let's try it now, actually. Well, it's kind of quiet. Back to regular mode for a second. Let's just try out, like, a bunch of these items and see what they do. Immersive sim style dungeon crawler. Oh, more thief-esque. I do enjoy me a good immersive sim thief System Shock-like. We actually played through System Shock 1, the original, but the enhanced edition, all the way through a couple months ago and loved the shit out of it. Tough fucking game, but it was awesome. It's a Berserker hand. Maybe we do more melee damage. Berserker head. Maybe we do more range damage. I guess we don't. I guess I don't know. But yeah, that's probably what it is. I guess I could look it up if nothing else, but that's probably about what's going on there. It's blood pool. Everything on its own. So these all okay. You know what? Let's do the tornado spell. These are large targets. This thing tends to do pretty well. There we go. Yeah, if nothing else, can sometimes like just carry him off to the edge. Even if it doesn't kill, it will hurt him real good. Oh, that was satisfying. I was actually kind of hoping it would freeze. It would like penetrate and freeze them both. But the fact that it launched one of them is hilarious to me. So deep, you can't even see where they went. Or holy hand grenade, or unholy hand grenades. That has to be a Monty Python thing, right? Like, calling it an unholy hand grenade, it's just so on the nose. There's just no way. Ouch. Oh, that's a lot of damage. The one downside of killing him like that is I couldn't resurrect them. Yeah, the big fellas. I bet the big fellas would have been fun to resurrect to fight for us. One more switch is needed, and sure enough, we're actually full on the tornado spell, so we gotta use this. I can get full utilization. High lock picking can get through a door, but high strength. Okay, that's kind of nice. There's multiple ways to solve something. That's a fun kind of sequence. So this might be an inefficient way to kill somebody. Actually, it's extremely efficient. There we go. I have a handful of these things. 6 of them. Pretty darn good. Sequence complete. These wall murals, that's really cool. I get like a better look at it. All the swords. Maybe there's gonna be some sword wielding bad guys in our future. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna try to keep that guy on this platform so I can resurrect him. My own selfish gain. Killed the guy next to him. I would like your homing attack. That'd be very cool. Oh, I think it might have... Actually, no. It looks like he's still alive. He's still among the living. So since I went ahead and used that thing a bunch, it's a very valuable weapon. Very powerful weapon. And it's nice utilizing the ammo for it when it's available. I tend to hoard it, but there are times where it really comes in handy. So I'm going to resurrect this guy just because these guys are badass. Been reconstituted, and in addition to being very good at melee, they have good range. But the AI isn't always the smartliest, so we'll see if we can figure his shit out. Just explore around for a little bit. I appreciate that it doesn't use the magic sword ammo when you just hit a wall. It only gets used when you hit a bad guy, which is kind of nice. Also, I cannot but wonder, anything up here? This would be a really sneaky place to hide something. Real sneaky, but I don't see anything. Probably not. As it's a classic Doom-like kind of game. You know that there's gonna be like very well hidden secrets that are super easy to miss. So I'm trying to keep a lookout. There's no way this is gonna be a 100% playthrough. Like, there's just no way. But trying to like hit it hard, you know, trying to like do a proper like full as intended kind of experience is a nice thing. Lets you lift anything, including ridiculous things that require just an impossible amount of strength normally. That's gaming, baby. That's gaming sometimes. The way they just enable you in a true like power fantasy setting. You have abilities beyond what should be expected. We got a big fella. Thinking I probably should hit him with the big stuff. It's some kind of big scary thing. This is an enemy type I don't recognize. I don't think if we fought him, I have no memory of fighting him. I think he's like freezing. Yeah, he's freezing me in place. I don't think he's damaging me. Maybe he's more about like, oh, okay, he has damage spells, yeah. Fortunately, it's not really dragging him, because that's where the tornado is best at. Like, it drags and just kind of grinds him against a wall or something. Let's do the ice one as well. Just because there's ice ammo right here. Drop him down. And how much damage it's doing. I kill him? No, not quite. This guy's healthy. He's freezing me with his purple freeze spell. We kill him? I think he shattered into a billion pieces. I'm scared to look. It's a long way down. Yeah, you can min-max strength to pull some bullshit. Throw the table at someone in a bar fight. That sounds awesome. And actually, not too illogical, the idea of like flinging shit. If your guy's super strong to do like physics damage, actually sounds pretty on brand for a game like that. You do a lot worse. Gonna switch here. Jesus, that was very sudden. So this is just a convenient shortcut if we wanted to go back. Oh, that's the start of the game. Is this the start? I think, yeah, this is the start of the game. So that's kind of cool. That little area looked familiar. So that then answers the question of how like we were able to access some of these other platforms from afar. Just a sconce in the wall. But yeah, there's a stack of hand grenades somewhere elsewhere. So there are some shortcuts to be reached for those who are brave enough to dare. Let's stick with ice for a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and continue saving. I probably don't need to be relying only on the second save now that we're in kind of a safe zone. This is a little bit concerning. What's it gonna be? I'm gonna guess one of those demon fellas. Those red boys. Big elevator. Or it's gonna send us to maybe a real boss battle. Is it gonna be a big arena? Oh shit. It might be a big arena. This might be a boss battle. Maybe it's the one Ace was talking about. Who knows? Ace was saying the first one's a real ball twister. My balls are quivering in anticipation. Bunch of health pickups. Oh shit. You already know there's gonna be something scary on the other side of this door. What could it possibly be? Are we safe? That's why we've been storing a bunch of fancy shit. Oh my god, a bunch of ammo. Okay, well, first off, we got a lot of these fellers. A bunch of these little fellas to deal with. So we'll deal with them first. Melee range would be kind of nice, just because these guys are annoying to deal with in range. Just the two? Thought it was more. Still a big scary door and a bunch of nifty pickups. Also some lava rocks that, for the time being, are safe to walk on. I'm gonna guess that the golem isn't immune to lava. But maybe we do have a few more spots in our inventory left. Maybe we're about to get a transformation that's immune to lava. Let's find out. Is the golem immune to lava? No. No, he is not. But, I mean, while we're here... There's anything over there. He might resist it? Thing on the other side. We saved, so it's fine. Nothing. I thought there'd be something after all that trouble. That's fine. That's fine. Big sword energy. Just basically filling up everything. And another hand of necromancy. Let's have health ready to roll at a moment's notice. Let's have probably tornado spell just because that's my favorite. Let's just go with that. What's up, Jin? There we go. Oh, just one of these guys. Big scary boss battle is just a few standard bad guys, but just more where that came from. When you hit them, they go like, stop. I mean, if I was getting hit with a sword, in the face in particular, I probably wouldn't be handling it very well, so I can't talk too much shit. This door was how we got here? Yeah, this door is how we got here. Cool. And drop down. Yeah, so he does at least resist the lava damage. That does make me feel a little better, so I wasn't completely full of shit. Only slightly. Jar of Piss. Oh, sorry, I mean Yellow Potion. Which probably is like a full heal. I remember the Yellow Potion in Diablo 1 was the Rejuvenation Potion. Which is to say it restored health and mana, as opposed to just one or the other. Alright, something scary this way comes. Well, they even kind of thrust me in. Got blue fella. Ouch. Got like cool. It's like a bullet hell now. You are no match. Ouch. And of course you can. Oh, that's right. You can right click and you'll do like extra cool things. Oh god, I'm taking a lot of damage. I don't want to get close to him though. He scares me. I think I might be missing a whole bunch. Oh, I should probably heal. Hold on. Maybe I don't need it. What if I can get it without killing him? Oh, there's also heals on the side. Sometimes. Let's mix it up. Oh, dead. Alright, so I'm not sure when the Wind Waker is the right weapon to use here. If nothing else, we can use... a couple other things, obviously. It'd be really cool to use the Hands of Necromancy, to raise some guys up on the side so they can shoot down on him during the boss battle to aid us. Not sure it works that way, but it'd be cool if it did. Really cool if it did work that way. And fill those back up. So this is the end of the episode, probably. No guarantees, but probably. Let's try the Ring of Ice, and I honestly can't remember what its like secondary special ability is. Oh, and the holy grenades. I gotta be launching those things constantly. So that's gonna be 5. I have 12 of them. 3 is Ring of Ice. Oh, also, I missed this the last time. Sneaky little secret. Another one of these things, the Berserker Hands. It would not be inappropriate for me, I think, to look up what the hell that does. I'm gonna guess the Berserker Hand means more melee damage. That to me makes the most sense. Jump out that way, that's okay. But I don't know if I necessarily want to do melee damage to this guy. Let's go ahead and save. So before... Actually, yeah, let's save. Hello? Enter? Enter. There we go. So we know what that... So what's the special attack for this guy do? Just big orb. That might be sick damage. Let's have health potions ready to roll at a moment's notice. I made him sad. He was like, oh! Oh, it's really slow though. Oh, you can like rapid fire though. Is it better than the individual shots? It's hard to say. Maybe the individual shots are the better choice here. We know it's definitely hitting him. It was kind of unclear if the whirlwind was really hitting him sometimes. Oh, okay, we're definitely doing damage. Maybe he's more susceptible to blue because he himself turns blue. And of course, this does penetrate the standard bad guys. At least I think it does. Oof. Couple hits there. Little healings. The healings that were up there that I didn't collect did not drop down with us, unfortunately. Also, it'd be really fun if I could encourage some friendly fire. If I could, like, encourage his attacks to hit the bad guys and make them start fighting for us, that'd be really cool. But I'm not sure if it's gonna work that way. They seem like they really like him. Yeah, and also they die instantly to his attacks. We're doing good, we're doing good. We're getting down this way. Oh, now we have some tricks along the side here. Some environmental hazards to keep it fancy for us. We're out of this guy. Let's do the grenades. Oh yeah, get fucking lit on fire, you dingus idiot. Oh god, he was like holding me still for a second. Oh, big damage. Oh, I can't move. Oh, I can't move. Oh no, I can't move. Oh, you're dead. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if it was, maybe there was something behind me. It's hard to say, but there are times you would get locked in position. wait, Jin, are you trying to imply that, all right, we have the hand of the berserker, we have the head of the berserker, should we make the penis of the berserker? The fuck berserker? Is that what you mean? Because if you're selling, I might know a guy. Let's begin. Actually, no, let's save the hand grenades, the unholy hand grenades, for the last phase, because I think they were doing really good damage. Jin says, do it, baby. Make it so, number one. Oh, big damage. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, I think I see the issue. I think my A key on the keyboard might be shitting out a little bit. Because I can go left, but I can go right, but I can't go left right now. Oh, that's not good. That's not good if my keyboard's kicking the bucket. That's not a good time. I mean, there's never a good time for a keyboard to shit the bed, but there's definitely not great times for it. I know, blame the hardware, you know, no Johns, right? Oh, it's my controller, you know, that kind of thing. But I know, it really was being a little bit scrungy for a second there. Guys are back. We'll use this to, actually, now's a good time for busting this thing back out. This one, yeah, because it's really good against these guys. There we go. This thing. Quick heal as well. Oof. Yeah, so now I'm able to move to the left. To the left, much like everything I own in the boxes. That bullet hell attack's a little bit scary. Switch to this guy. It's really effective against these fellas, because they're kind of big and bulky and they get carried. Whereas he does not get carried with that attack. The Ring of Ice, there he is. So once the third phase happens, that's when we switch to the unholiest of hand grenades. Also, he does take damage from those projectiles, so if I bait him into getting hit by them, that'd be pretty cool. He'll eventually summon some gargoyles. Here they come. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, it bounces around if it doesn't hit a target instantly. I'm trying to focus him. 3 of these things left. If it kills some of the gargoyles, that'd be really cool. Oh, he fucking... That guy just fucking took that shit on the chin. That's a shame. That splash damage killed me. Let's see if we can get back. I hope it didn't reset the fight. Like how I'm holding 0 grenades. Like I had 0 grenades, but I still held one in my hand. That's a shame. That's a shame. But let's see if we can just get back, and if it'll let us just resume the fight where we left off. There was an extra life crystal that we left earlier. I guess I could go grab that real quick. Because there was the one that didn't get fully used earlier. That guy's still here. Yeah, in fact, it was back this way. The guy never did move from the spot, did he? Remove from that one spot. It was... Oh, it was the top area. Do I want to fuck with it? It's probably not worth it. It's a nice to have, but there'll be more where that came from. Yeah, the hands... Yeah, oh my god, we're forming the Exodia. That's right. The hand of the Exodia, that whole deal. What do I have left? I have a little bit of ice left. That might be enough to seal the deal. Oh no, am I locked out? No way. Oh, don't scare me like that. Goddamn. I gotta wait 30 seconds for this long-ass elevator sequence. Now, technically, he didn't kill me. I was in his arena when I died. I did respawn, it, you know, all that. I died, but... And it was during the fight against him, but technically he didn't kill me. I killed me. With the joy of self-inflicted friendly fire. From a big old honking grenade thrown at his ass. Got some more ammo, which is nice. So there's stuff going on down there. I'm gonna feel really silly. Oh my god, do they lock you out? Oh, no, wait, no, here we go. Damn, they lock you out. You can't start the fight, or you can't resume the fight. And like, look at this. Look how wide the bars are. I think I didn't save over it. Damn. I mean, I'm not terribly surprised. Oh well, I thought I was a genius. I thought I was gaming. So I think same approach. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna do a real quick Google search. Hands of Necromancy. Berserker hand. What does it do? Halves the damage you take for a duration. Okay. So the head probably increases the damage you deal. So how's about that then? Let's use one of each. Let's do one of each. Hand and head. Yo, we're getting some head. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Now that we know what this does, I feel a little better. So I was thinking maybe one does more melee damage, one does more range damage. It seemed kind of silly to me, but... Yeah, we're definitely doing more damage right now, for sure. It doesn't last very long. Maybe I should have saved that for the later phases, which are a little bit more dire. Oof. Also, I should have picked up those potions earlier, but that's okay. The trick here is to just not get fucked by grenades. It's so simple. So just, if I'm about to get fucked by grenades, just choose not to. It's that easy. So I'm gonna handle those grenades a lot better this time. I'm not gonna explode my own penis with them. It'll be easy peasy. Is he gonna teleport behind me? Is it nothing personal as he teleports behind me? Nothing personal, kid? Yeah, just deny his request. Also, do not stand next to those things. And grenade all over his face. I'm exploding all over his face. It's very sexy. Oh, that was a lot of damage. And to be clear, I didn't explode the grenade on his face that killed me. It was a goddamn gargoyle that jumped in front and made me take damage and made me sad in the face. I mean, I'm sure I killed the shit out of the gargoyle in the process, but goddamn. It's fucking mean. It was funny, but it was mean. Ah! Brutal. Yeah, so I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna save the buffs until that last phase, and we're just gonna fucking go ham on his ass. How quickly things can turn. How quickly, like, things can get fucked. You're doing really good, and then suddenly, yeah, you get kind of swarmed by the gargoyles. He can't move, and like a clussy of his projectiles decide to take a shit inside your mouth. The way I keep accidentally jumping onto these platforms, like that. I don't think it's a thing he's doing. I think it's my own dumbassery. That's second phase. Oh, he fucking hit me with a melee attack and did crazy damage. If I can navigate real quick to the heals. There we go. Oof. In fact, doing big damage with the grenades might just be the key here. We'll wait for the final phase, where there's gonna be a lot of menu interactions when that time comes. I'll have to get good. Heal. Oh god. Whenever I get hit by multiple of those things, you know it's real. Oh, wrong one. This seems to be the best at dealing with him. Pretty good damage. And I'm assuming it's a limited number of bad guys. They won't just keep spawning. I think it's like based on the damage you're dealing. Same with the gargoyles in that third phase. Speaking of the devil. So one of those, and then we go for the grenade. Also gonna go back to the heals because I'm gonna need them. Just spam the shit out of the grenades and just take a dump inside of his open mouth. Why is this man leaving his mouth open like this while I'm shitting in it? Who knows? Oh, there's a mysterious fourth phase. Oh god. The effect is wearing off. He's spawning in some real buddies. Oh boy, it's getting weird. Oh, I'm dead. God damn it. Alright, so there's a mysterious fourth phase, and that's clearly the final one. Clearly, that's the final shit. The nice thing, though, is that there's at least health that spawns. So at least there's that. And there's more freedom for moving around, but there's a lot more bad guys. But in a way, I almost prefer that to that third phase, where the movement options are quite minimal, relatively. I like his extremely elaborate dialogue. You're no match for me, I will kill you. No, like, extremely elaborate James Bond-esque final, like, dialogue or soliloquy to the audience. It's just like, I'm gonna make you not alive anymore. Like, oh, good dialogue. This guy, he's out of there. For a quick heal, there we go. I'm gonna make you not alive, said the bad guy to the hero. He went for melee, but I fucking read his moves. Fucking downloaded that shit. Insert it into my brain. Into my brain-ussy. Sorry, not trying to get carried away with these typhoon attacks. Now, the question, do I save mid-boss battle? Or do I be a gamer and try to single-cycle this shit? I do still think it's probably wise to fast-forward through this phase, because this phase scares the dick right out of my ass. The dick that is inserted in there pleasurably becomes very scared with how intense this phase is. So there we go. I can't remember if there's fall damage in this game. Wearing off. I'm going to deal with these guys for a bit. So I'm assuming their numbers are limited. Pulling the shit out of them. The gargoyles are still being general goobers. I think the gargoyles are also pretty susceptible to this thing. Actually, maybe not so much. Still have more health, more hand grenades, by the way. More unholy hand grenades. Oh, we have the fucking these guys as well. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting my ass? I have 23 of these things left. Should I just focus him? Maybe I should just focus him and just go for broke. Oof. 64. Health, that is 58. Where is he? There he is. I see him. Target acquired. Nothing else. Oh, I got his ass. The undead ring is no more. He has been vanquished. And not a moment too soon. As it's raining piss. It's raining projectile piss down on me. F4 is open. Let's finish the rest of these guys off and get the fuck out of here. Health as well. Guy is deadzo and not a moment too soon. So you can block. It's a little bit hard to time it, honestly. Got his ass. Whew, we got there. We fucking got there. What's up, Bum Rocky? Someone not playing Silent Hill 2? I'll be honest, not a ton of my follower list has been playing it. A good number, but it's not like boom, 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 boom. It's not like Elden Ring. When Elden Ring came out, it's like, oh my god. Everybody is playing it. Everyone's streaming it, for one thing. So it hasn't been quite that egregious for Silent Hill 2. Although, you know what? I bet it will as we get closer to Halloween. I bet that much is inevitable. Let's save, because who knows what fuckery awaits it's probably just the end of the level. But what if there's like one last little fuck you? What if there's one last little moment? I would not put it past this game to throw one last little surprise at us. Fucking got through that shit though. Get a piss potion to celebrate. Actually, I guess I'm full of those apparently. Full of piss. That means we're not done just yet. If they're giving us a full heal spell, or a use item that is, that means we're not done. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe our equipment does carry over between episodes. I assumed that it didn't. Because that's usually how it worked in these other kinds of games. Heretic, Hexen, Doom for that matter. The episodes were fairly self-contained. Maybe this one will be different. Good to see you, by the way, Bum Rocky. Bum Rocky, what were you playing the other day? It was something that looked wild, and I can't remember what it was. But I remember I popped into your stream just a little bit just because I was like, what is Bum Rocky up to? What in the world? It looked bananas. But okay, that is the end of the episode. The name of it escapes me. It was something just fucking wild as hell, though. I appreciate you popping in, though, by the way, Bum Rocky. I know it's getting kind of late for some folks. Oh! Long stream tonight too, but I'm having a good time. We'll go for another hour, I think. One more. I've got one more hour in me. The Undead Kings. Use the portals to continue your pursuit of the kings. We killed one of them, but there's more where that came from. Wonder how many. And sure enough, we keep the stuff. We bring the stuff with us. That's genuinely surprising, but happy to see it. This is level 8. So all that was just one level. That was just level 7. Took a good couple of hours, honestly. It was a girthy level, but an enjoyable amount of girth. Some Zelda, some Warframe. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Maybe there's another stream buddy of mine that's streaming something like goofy as hell that caught my eye. But yeah, Zelda and Warframe are both very solid games. I will. Ooh, some infighting maybe. It's like hoping that they would like maybe get mad at each other. It's a lot of them. Oh my gosh. I mean, I do have the hand grenades. I have the one. Now I should probably save them. Those hand grenades really saved my ass earlier. Nothing else we know. This has pretty good AoE. The alternate fire is just so slow. Nothing else once a week and just going in for melee is also a very viable strat. Kind of dark. I'm finding myself squinting a little bit. Can I raise the brightness up? Maybe just a little bit. Or gamma, specifically. Just a little bit of gamma. And a little bit of brightness. Just like a teensy bit. Checking on the new Zelda game, but the hurricanes were delaying you. Yeah. I hope your area wasn't too affected. I know those can be, those hurricanes were scary. Like, really scary for a hot minute there. I hope your area was fairly okay. I know for, I mean, some parts beyond just Florida got messed up pretty bad, but I know the most recent one, Milton, caused a lot of flooding in certain parts, but thankfully it wasn't quite as, like, murderous as we were all worried it was going to be, because it was looking real fucked. Like half a day before it arrived. Went from, like, a Category 5 to a Category 3 in, like, I don't know, a relatively small amount of time, and it's a good thing it did, because if not for that, it would have been just fucking terrifying. Going to use the tornado spell on this guy. Against you, I'll just do melee, I think. With the brightness increase helped a little bit. I know it's still probably kind of dark on your guys' end, but... Exploded his ass, hell yeah. Yeah, going for the physical copy. I mean, I'm with you. I love going for the physical copy if I can help it. What's this? Oh, we already have the Ring of Ice. Okay, so if we started the episode fresh, we'd be able to pick that up for funsies. Let's reconstitute him as a friend now. He's going to fight for us. And the water is very shallow. It's very shallow. It only cares about appearances in relationships. Yeah, you're okay. One of your friends got... I'm sorry to hear that. I hope insurance is able to cover things for them relatively well. Helene and Milton? Jesus, yeah, that's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I've never lived in a hurricane-prone place. I've lived in the Midwest all my life. Now, granted, we got our tornadoes. You know, we got extreme weather for sure, but hurricanes are a whole nother beast. Like, I understand that's like, you know, just part of living in some of those areas, and that's just a lot of the locals are used to it. But still, like, how honestly, how do you get used to something like that when it's just like a, especially like in such quick succession, 2 newsworthy hurricanes in, what was it, less than 2 weeks apart from each other? Shit is fucking wild and terrifying. What's it gonna be? Be a bunch of big boys or tornadoes. Oh yeah, go for them. Go fuck them up. Get their ass. So he's gonna. This is why it's good to find big badass enemies to resurrect, to fight for you, because sometimes they can really come in clutch. The downside is he is getting overwhelmed. Gotta give him some support. Oh, he just soloed his ass. Nicely done, bro. That's what we like to see around here. In fact, let's keep this going. Let's get this guy resurrected next. Here for a Cat 4 in 89. Oh, man, oh, man. That wasn't Andrew, was it? Andrew was in the 90s, because I was alive for Andrew. Pistol round. What the hell? There's guns? Pistol cannon, sniper, and scatter. That was not on my bingo card for this game. The idea of having just honest-to-goodness guns. Oh. Oh, and their stomp attacks do hurt me, so I have to be careful about when I stand next to them. Far away from me, because their stomp attacks are not fun. Gargoyles, so little time. Ouch. Oof, double ouch. Oof, triple ouch, goddamn. Getting fucked up. Healing potion. Trying to take care of the snipers first. Speaking of which, you know, we just got a cool new weapon. Mouse one is a scatter shot. Boom! Scatter shot, or a single shot, is exactly what you would expect. This thing is cool as fuck. And it's damaging as fuck, but there's not a ton of ammo for it, so I need to be mindful of how much I'm using. Shame, because scatter works really well, but only when you're really, really close. Super, super close range. Hurricane Hugo, gotcha, yeah. Prep for what you can and pray that you don't get hit. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just the reality. And it's such a bummer, because, like, there's, you know, always, without fail, there's always people like the, you know, the fucking chumps online who are like, you know, herder, just don't live in Florida. It's like, bro, it's not that easy when your family lives there, you were born there, your friends, your job is there. Like yes, it's scary, and there's, you know, pros and cons to living anywhere, but yeah, the reality is that it's a fucked mess. And whenever these kinds of things happen, it's, you know, those that are stuck there, those that can't evacuate, are very much deserving of our sympathy. Because there's those that choose to evacuate, then there's those that are unable to evacuate. That's a whole nother conversation on its own. So seeing that kind of conversation getting lost in the weeds when people, you know, just assume the worst from people gets frustrating. Whole bunch of stuff out that way. Big levels. No one's gonna come looking for you there. You're on your own out here, kids. There's no hope for you. No, I know it's like you were saying, like there's people that are to some degree used to it, I'm sure, folks that have lived there all their lives, but it's hard to really fathom. Open these things to get through. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked the earlier area, if not just because it was not crazy dark all the time. I do kind of miss not having to squint constantly. It's not that bad in this level now that I've raised the brightness a little bit, but raising the brightness can only do so much, because if you crank the brightness all the way, it just looks washed out. Some actual lighting would go a long way for sure. Also, do we have a map? We do have a map. Good to know. It's not always super helpful when it comes to like verticality, but still, come in clutch. Stuck here after school. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of no wonder. I mean, of course, people, one way or another, get, I like to think they're not stuck, but get, you know, they kind of put roots, especially when you own real estate. Now, if you have a house, I mean, I guess it's more liquid if someone has an apartment that they rent, but if you own a condo or a house that you pay a mortgage on, that's a significant part of someone's livelihood. You know, I mean, it wasn't exactly meant to be a an investment vehicle or retirement vehicle, but the reality is that it is for a lot of people. And there's that, I think it's H Bomber Guy, that classic video where he's fucking lampooning, and I realize I should, I shouldn't get too political pants right here just because I know, people, you never know who's listening in. I don't want to like make people, I don't want to make it sound like Herder, or my opinion is correct and everyone else is wrong, but I'll just say there's a certain political persuasion I tend to disagree with, and there's a certain political commentator who I guess for the sake of keeping things chill, I will not name, but there's a certain known political commentator out there who is just trying to say like, oh, climate change isn't real, and if it was real, then people in climate change affected areas should just sell their homes and move elsewhere. And then H Bomber Guy is this clip where he's like breaking through a wall and he goes, sell them to who? Fucking Aquaman? Because when the houses are underwater, who's gonna fucking buy that shit? Obviously, it's those property rates are gonna go down. Also, we got a Scythe, Slash Wave, and Summon Lemur? Lemur? Like the fucking monkeys? No. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, it lights them on fire? Oh. All right, how do I summon the Lemur? Oh, it's a ghost. Okay, that makes a lot more sense than summoning a little monkey fella. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a little monkey fella? All right, so new Scythe weapons. Two badass new weapons. Oh, that's a friend. Yeah. Two badass new weapons with very little ammo to show for them, but still, pretty sweet. Pretty damn sweet. Still haven't found a way to get there yet, but there'll be more soon. Zillow and BlackRock. I've never heard of BlackRock. I mean, Zillow is, that's big for, finding places to buy. Even maybe not like, I know that some people don't necessarily love Zillow. Zillow is nice for just getting like a summary of an area or a house. It's maybe not like a perfect representation of a neighborhood's value, that kind of thing. But it's a nice thing, like general finger on the pulse. It's like it's a good like guesstimate, but I recognize it doesn't always tell the full picture. I know my wife's we have a couple of friends of the family that are into real estate. More specifically friends of my wife's family, and they're like, some of them like are in real estate or they're real estate agents, or they used to. And yeah, some of them have choice words about Zillow. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but for a lot of us, it's like a pretty decent option. What's up, Zamatsu? Private equity company that buys. Oh, is it like one of those venture capital, like venture capitalism firms, just like scoops up properties to like rent and shit like that? Because like I know that's been an issue with places like, oh, ice slippery, on like Airbnb, where you go on Airbnb, it's like, wow, look at this cool new place. By the way, here's a $200 cleaning fee, and you see it's owned by like not a person but like some kind of corporation name, and then you look around and like all the other 30 rentable areas in that vicinity are owned by the same corporation, and then you just kind of feel sad. Because yeah, that's gotten me a couple times recently when Gracie and I were looking for a place to stay, and we were like, huh, we found some cool looking areas, but that are like rentable on Airbnb or Vrbo, any of those, and they all have like absurd extra fees, and they're all owned by like not a person but like a company, and the fucking cynicism just fucking goes through the roof at that point. It just makes you feel kind of shitty about the whole ordeal. So that's how it goes. Zillow stopped buying. Oh, was Zillow buying units? I thought it was just like a smartphone app. I didn't think it was like an actual marketplace, or not a marketplace, but somebody like an entity in the market. But BlackRock's an investment firm. Ugh, gross. I mean, I don't know. I try to like limit the political pants around here just because I know it upsets people, and not everybody is supposed to agree with me. I'm full of shit a lot of the times, but I hear shit like that and I just go, oh my fucking god, what hellscape we live in right now. But again, fuck do I know, right? I'm just some jabroni on the internet playing video games. I don't have all the answers. In fact, I'm not even sure I have some of the answers. Let's do a save real quick. I guess I just fucking go for it, because I'm trying not to get got by the poison. I guess this is the next level. I think this is probably a hub area more than anything. Elgaso says, I wear the political pants around here, Alex. It's me. The Ice Cave. This is level 12. So yeah, sure enough, that is a hub area. And we're going to be bouncing around a whole lot in this one. Yeah, the late stage capitalism shit, it's not fun. Not fun. I mean, it's the reality of what we've got, but it is not without its challenges, to put it in a corporate friendly sounding way. Full of shit every Tuesday. I try to be full of shit every couple of days. That way I have like regular movements, you know? I try to be full of shit so I don't get constipated. Well, which is to say, so I can unfull shitify myself. That's what I try to do, with varying degrees of success. It's, this guy with the tornadoes. Their tornadoes work really well against those guys. It's not a guaranteed kill, but it's a pretty darn good damage dealer. I like how you can just kind of, if you'll excuse the vernacular, bat them around a little bit with melee. There's two of them. They were like back to back. They were like inside of each other. Did I interrupt a mating ritual? If so, it's kind of hot. You guys keep going. I'll watch. Will I touch myself? Let's go and resurrect that guy. I don't want to hit my buddy. Yeah. Fuck him up. Yeah, fuck him up. Good damage. That was some good fucking teamwork there, baby. That cyclone fucking him up. My boy over here freezing his ass. The heckin' Shit on the company, Dime Bum Rocky. You're a goddamn genius. That's how you fucking do it, man. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. You play on your guitars, get your chicks for free. How many gunshots? I got 22. Let's continue to save for a little bit. Ooh, there's something behind here. Oh, I thought for a second it was something fancy. I'm just gonna assume he's immune to the poison. I honestly think that's a pretty fun quote. It's not like fucked up and weird, like let's be real, the majority of the quotes that we have in here, but I think it's very clever. That's why I saved it. That looks like one I would have saved specifically. Oh, it's probably checks for free. You're probably right, Bum Rocky. Damn, a classic misheard lyric right there. Classic case of a misheard lyric. Wanna come up, Sheena? Yeah, get your checks for free. Okay, that's a much better. I'm not gonna say it's better, but it's definitely much more fucked up. If nothing else, that's more akin to what we were hoping for. What probably Elgaso was hoping for. We can warp out this way. We can drop down. Although I don't know if we should yet. There was one more thingy. Caught my eye. What was the one more thingy? It's this way. They reconstitute themselves. Get them naders. Your first name must be Ralph, the way I be hitting you with those naders. Oh, I fucking one-shot his ass. Hell yeah. I realize we have a dick ton of fire ammo. Can I? Oh, it's like a triple, like a shotgun shot. Yeah. I have a lot of this ammo to use, and I've been not picking up any of it really. And not a ton of the sword ammo. The sword is much more satisfying. Oh yeah, fuck him up. Yeah, look at that guy just fucking one-shotting his ass. Delicious. Still need to have the list of quotes. Yeah, filtered or like queryable by username would be a feature I really do indeed still have on the to-do list. It's a bad guy spirit, not the one that I summoned. I only summoned the one earlier. Installing microwaves. That's right. We got to move these refrigerators are still around, but yeah. Something about microwave ovens. I can't think of the other lyrics of that song. I do like that song, even though there's like a few more, and I actually didn't even realize this until years and years later. But I was listening to that song, I was like, oh, he just drops the F-bomb, huh? I mean, you know, it was the 80s. It was I mean, it wasn't right, obviously, but at that time. Not the fuck bomb. I don't give a shit about the fuck bomb. I'm talking about the 3-letter F bomb. Like not that, you know, the one that's like, ooh, we don't really say that word anymore. That gets dropped at one point in the song. It's like, oh, that's a little bit not good, but otherwise, it's a very cool song. And I think even in like the later performances that Mark would do, Mark Knopfler, he would change it to fairy. I think. Yeah, you're right. It's the full force version of it, which is, you know, not great, but I don't. It's not like I'm not here trying to cancel anybody. Obviously, like it's not. It ain't that deep, bro. But just acknowledging when it's like, it was a product of its time. We don't really say that word anymore. Them's the breaks. I wonder if it's melee only with this guy. Let's try the ice. No fireball bounces. Ice. Oh, actually no. Ice fucks him up. Ice completely shit in his mouth. There we go. Which is good because I have a lot of ice ammo to use. Yeah, color TVs. That's right. There's a Sting song I like called "When the World." Ah! It's not the name of the song, but that fucking hurt. Jesus, tits, Christ. When the world. Ah! When the world come. Hold on. When the world comes running down, you make the best of what's still around. Really weird song title. And there's a lyric in the song where it's like, turn on my VCR. Don't like the news I see. Something, something. I can't remember the rest of it. But yeah, the line, turn on my VCR. It's like, VCR? What the hell is that? Like, bro, obviously dating themselves with that song. Good to see you, Rossi. Wildly aggressive penis from Mario Party 3. I vaguely remember that one. It's fun trying to use forensics to try to like piece together the context for some of those quotes. It's also fun saying like, you know what, it's better if I don't know, or it's more fun if I don't explain it. Yeah. The radio would just remove that second verse. Yeah, when they play it on like classic rock radio, probably for the best. We're being real. Team morale will drop by a certain amount. Better drop this specific employee. Employee barrier, he says. Yes, implement a wage hike that will like inevitably cause people to like leave or retire early. Yes. Investments in our employees is a most effective strategy. I mean, that is the reality of what happens a lot of the time, where that to cut costs. It's like, well, if we if we find a way to encourage people to leave on their own, that'll just kind of solve the problem for us. Fucking Whirlwind slays those sword and shield fellers. Man, look how far it just drags them away. That is delicious. Doesn't always work quite that well, but still pretty good. Oh, and then you were here. Look at my guy. He's trying to help. He's like, I'm helping. Here. You want to go fuck him up? Yeah. Go fuck him up. Watching the AI try to like figure itself out. I mean, sometimes they surprise me. He is kind of tippy tapping him a little bit. I'll help. Except we don't have a ton of the fireball ammo. I was saying earlier we had a fuck ton of the fireball ammo. Now I've blazed through a bunch of it. Got his ass. Oh, he killed my buddy though. How's about this? We have 8 of these things. I want to go ahead and burn one now. I wonder if this is going to open up. Hard to say if this is going to open up. Like after we open a switch somewhere, maybe. Yeah, Ace recognized what I was getting at. Yeah, that classic song. Yeah, gladiator fight in color. You were talking like old school Star Trek, right? Wow, seeing these things in color. What technology. The future, man. Future's a wild and scary place. And also time. I haven't saved in a minute. Let's go ahead and save. Reminds you of Hexen? Yeah, I think... I'm inclined to agree. I think that's like the most obvious analog as far as like classic games go. A lot of people will see a game like this and they'll understandably think Doom, like classic Doom. Yeah, I would say if forced to pick one, it's like an old school revival. I would say like either Heretic or Hexen. More Hexen, which is how large levels are. Heretic, which I think I liked. Actually, no, I don't think I know I liked a lot more than Hexen. Was a lot more linear and kind of straightforward. Maybe not straightforward in its level design. All right, we have objectives. Forgot about this. Stonebreaker, which we can. Oh wait. Near the church in hell. The church in hell. Excuse me. So we have the Stonebreaker ability. Oh, toggle. There we go. Yeah, Heretic and like Classic Doom, those levels are usually a little bit more straightforward and self-contained, whereas Hexen had like the hub worlds. This is much more like Heretic, or I'm sorry, Hexen in that sense with the hub world approach. I have what's necessary, so I can go into Stonebreaker mode. Let's go ahead and save real quick, but I think I have what's necessary. I wonder if this means I'm kind of doing a sequence break. Oh, wait. Stonebreaker is separate from Stoneform. I see what they mean. Stonebreaker is... So Stone Guy, this one here. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm full of shit. Stonebreaker is... Okay, so... Stonebreaker near the church in hell. So I guess... Oh! The fire key opens this door. We need to get to the church in hell. That's not where we are right now. This is... The ice cave. Okay. So I gotta go to a different level. The church in hell. Yeah, the Corpo Speak. The problem with Corpo Speak is that I work for a corporation as my day job. So, like, I can't escape it. It's my reality. It's my 9 to 5, so I don't thankfully the team I work with is pretty cool, and the company I work for is like pretty all right. I'm not gonna lie to you, be like, oh my god, I love my job, and I wake up every day so excited to solve the problems for my corporate benefactors. Like, I'm like, no, I don't. It pays the bills, it gets the job done, and I don't generally hate myself when I do the work, so it's not like horrible the way that some jobs are truly soul sucking. So it's fine, but I also don't love it. It's definitely not a life passion. It's all for development, so it's fine. So I've worked for companies that were much more soul sucking, and not the good kind of getting your soul sucked out, believe me. So yeah, I could do a lot worse, obviously, but still, it is all too real sometimes. The Corpo Speak. This is available. I'm gonna guess that this poison hurts me. Oh yeah. And I'm also gonna guess that we don't have anything that's immune to it yet. Stonebreaker resists it. Let's try Sneaky Fella. Is it the church from Castlevania? The cathedral? The titular cathedral level? Now let's come back here. We either will get an item that will help us resist the poison, or a transformation that will help us either negate it or resist it entirely. What we probably could do is transform into the stone guy and just go fast. But I'm going to hold off here. I'm going to see if we can maybe come back here later. Let's see if we can come back there later for that one. Hello, Shana girl. Shana's back. Hello, Shana cat. I work for a corporation. I cannot escape it. It's some real cyberpunk shit. Speaking of cyberpunk, Gracie and I have been really enjoying watching Edge Runners. I know we're like 2 years late to the party, but holy shit, that anime fucking rips. Really, really good anime. And Gracie is not really into the violent stuff, and she's been fucking loving it. In fact, she was asking me the other day, like, yeah, what's the tabletop like? Because I've been playing Cyberpunk Red with some friends, so I'm like secretly hoping I can like have this be like a gateway drug to all kinds of other nerdy shit. We'll see. We'll see if I can pull the old Super Hobbit charm on her. I mean, I charmed her into marrying me, so I guess that part of the charm spell worked, but still. I'm always trying to encourage her to get into the nerdy stuff if I can help it. But you're right, though, Irasi. It's, again, the what do we call it? The late-stage capitalism shit that's all too real. Also, I guess this is how you get back to this spot. I just dropped down. I'm a little bit scared of the fall damage. And I'm also scared of not knowing where the fuck this is going to lead me. You really do like your job, Bob? That's legitimately awesome. Like, I find no cynicism in thinking that's like an awesome thing. Like, genuinely be like, yeah, I think my job's cool as fuck. Like, that's awesome. That's something that is very desirable and sometimes hard to pull off. Or not, I shouldn't say pull off, but hard to attain. So yeah, that's fantastic. I'm sure there are times where the job has its negatives. Like, I'm sure it's not all sunshine and farts, but the fact that it's like genuinely fulfilling is nice to hear. Business administration, operational. Oh, so yeah, so Jen, that's some form of management and corporation stuff is probably gonna be in your future. But I mean, you know, there are companies that do cool shit that are not soul sucking. They are out there. They are out there. As Bum Rocky will tell you, probably laid off a whole bunch of your division, but gave you a promotion because they recognize that you're worth keeping around, which is good. It is never pleasant when, you know, when things go awry for a company like that. But the fact they kept you around is at least reassuring. Let's go in the portal and save first because I'm smart. So smart. You're the exception. Yeah, it's a little bit on the uncommon side sometimes. Anything is possible though. That's correct. We got Ailu in the house. What's up, Ailu? Oh, this just warped us back. Okay, so did we do anything? Did we do anything while we were down there? I feel like Tuxedo Mask. My job here is done, but you didn't even do anything. What did I do down here? I picked up some stuff. I picked up some ammo. I killed some bad guys. Was there like something I was supposed to interact with here? Just the satisfaction of a job well done and bad guys well slain. That's right, Ailu, I forgot, you are one who really enjoys the old school stuff. This is a newer game. It came out a couple years ago. I want to say 1 or 2 years ago, but it is very obviously old school inspired. If you've ever heard of, or even better yet, played Heretic or Hexen, this game is very, very obviously inspired by both of those games. In particular, I would say this is more Hexen-like than Heretic-like. Hexen and Heretic are both Doom-like that took on a more kind of Dungeons and Dragons inspired vibe. Or like Lord of the Rings, you know, more medieval, less sci-fi and guns, and more spells and swords and goblins and that kind of shit. Really cool series. Well, series. They're separate series, Hexen and Heretic, but they're made by the same developers. And they're both very stylish and have inspired a lot of cool games. And this is one that kind of follows in their footsteps. And actually, the second one is in early access right now. Right, that ends there. The second one is in early access, and I have a review key for it. So I want to see if I can beat this first one. Hoist. No other really real ways out here. The only other options is to try to just power through that poison area. We have the stone form. We have X number of health potions. Let's see. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Let's see what happens. We get the modern retro revival. It's pretty cool. I like this kind of stuff. We got some baddies here. Let's punch the shit out of these guys. I did the loop. I have nothing to show for it. So there was one thing. Oh, hold on. There's switches. Like something over here. There's stuff up top. All right. So this is why we save. Let's poke around one more time. I didn't really see anything that caught my eyeballs. That grabbed me by the eyeballs. Oh, there's a spot up here that you can jump up to, maybe, but I can't make this jump. I can't break these cuffs. I can't make that jump. Maybe if there was a switch somewhere. But yeah, this poison is a bit of a downer. You know what? I think that's our answer. I think there's a path in there we're supposed to get to. I bet it's above. Yeah, so I think that answers my question. I don't think we're supposed to go there yet. I think that's like how we get out of that next little venture. Your system is worth the money and the investment, but because it took you a decade of banging the drum and shouting into the void. That's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. You know, the teeth you have to pull sometimes to get upper management to listen. I'm glad they eventually caught on, but yeah, I'm sure it was without a string of headaches. Let's maybe go back then, because there was mention of the other level. It was what's it called? The Church in Hell. The Church in Hell. I think we can go back. It's a little bit awkward to jump back up there, but I think we can do it. And of course, you have to make the jump noises to jump better, because that's how video games work. You jump better and just basically perform better if you make funny noises. We were playing that parking garage rally circuit racing yesterday, and we found I was playing with controller. If I like physically turn my body while I'm turning, I was drifting better. That's how it works. It's proven by science. Yeah, it's a good game though. Ailu. Ailu is playing some real old school shit, and I enjoy some old school shit. But Ailu, didn't you play motherfucking Harvester at one point recently? Like, man, I can count on one hand the number of people I know that know of that game's existence, much less have played it. I've never played. I've only watched playthroughs of it. So, like, damn, that's some like real gamer shit, like real hardcore shit, which I think is cool as fuck. You played Harvester. She played I Have No Mouth and hold it. I Have No Mouth and Must Scream. which is another one that a lot of us know, but like who here's actually played that shit, right? Like no one has actually played that game. One thing, the game is really hard to play. It is not what a lot of us would call an easy to play kind of thing. It's not exactly player friendly. Nothing there. Just looking around. So yeah, so kudos to Isla for taking on some real tough fucking old school shit. Got some interesting bits in your job, Jen. Got more training though. Yeah, it sounds like you've got, I know you said that you're also I don't know if you're actively in college, but it sounds like you mentioned your major earlier. You just need to kind of like get the seniority to get more like interesting projects, that kind of thing. It's like ice and sewer. Yeah, it's an odd combination. Ice and sewer is not what a lot of us think of when it comes to games like this. Oh, there's an area up here I did not fully explore. Let's check this next. Maybe this will lead us to the church and hell. I see a portal over that way. That's exciting. Encouraging even. Ow! Motherfucker got me good on that one. Here, I'm actually going to switch to this weapon. Even though I have less ammo, it'll take far fewer hits to slap them out. I have a lot of sword. Actually, I have 0 sword ammo, for that matter. Get over here, man. Fuck it, I'm just getting him with the standard sword. Although, if this was Dungeons and Dragons rules, I'd be unable to kill him with the standard weapon. It would have to be magic in some way. That was a sneaky spawn, putting those guys in the corner like that. Check. So I think I'm just gonna melee. If you're really fancy, you can kind of stun lock him, but it takes a little bit to make it work. Make it twerk. Got the portal, but we have to unlock it. We saw one thingamajig. So one switchy. One part of one level in, I have no mouth, and I'm a scream. Yeah, I've watched playthroughs of both games, and they are not player friendly. They were both like relics of that era of gaming, old school PC gaming, where it was a super niche product, and like you pretty much need a guide, pretty much. I mean, not entirely, but like, man, playing those games without a guide is torturous at times. Just the bullshit you're just expected to just kind of figure out on your own. The lack of a map, like the lack of like modern things a lot of us are used to is brutal, to say the least. Oh, I gotta go fast. Oh, I'm full of shit. Why did that open? Because that stayed. Oh, but this is. Oh wait, no, that is closed. Still closed. What changed? Something changed. Why did you open up? Tell me. How do you run out of sword? So in the you see in that little cube in my where I have 5 of them, 5 cube. That's sword energy. If I block, it uses one of them. So when your sword is glowing, that means you have magic energy, but it's limited, and you refill it with those little cube energy thingies. So I ran out of the soul juice. You were always a kidder, Steve. Yeah, harvester. Irossi loves it. I respect the fact that you've played it, Irossi, because not a lot of people have. Oh my god, what's the one that Retsu Prey played through? Darkseed. Darkseed 1 and 2. Hey, you missed, pal, is fucking ingrained into my brain permanently. Oh, I'm going. Damn it, I was too slow. So, do you just stand on it? Stand on it and oh, that's exactly what you do. So, when you press the button, I wonder what it did. All I know is we gotta go fast, so... Except it stayed open this time, okay. Alright, we got there. Just have good fists. Well, the nice thing with the sword is that even if you run out of sword, you can still use it in non-magical form. It just does significantly less damage, and you can't block. So, there's trade-offs, obviously. Now they're closing in. Oh, but the good news is the door didn't shut behind me. For some reason in my mind, I was backing up against a wall, but wide open. It's good because we have lots of ammo for this to use, and we're kind of low on a bunch of other things, so might as well use that shit. Yeah, monks, in Dungeons and Dragons, and I think also in Pathfinder, monks beyond a certain level do have magic fists. They can fist magically like the best of them, which is great because there's a lot of things in Dungeons and Dragons that have damage resistance unless you have magic. Or magic damage in some way. Speaking of fun stuff, we do have guns. That we have a gun, one firearm in this game, which is pretty sick. Looks like we're max ammo for it, so I need to start using that shit then. Yeah, game facts, baby. That's right, babe. That is right, baby. Game facts all the way. There's the normal bad ending, then there's the harder good ending. Yeah. Yeah, the bad ending is canon, though. Yeah, those games are brutal. If you want, like, the real shit, you have to fucking suffer for that shit. But, respect for those who had the wherewithal to pull it off, because it is not easy. Not for the faint of heart. I don't know what I opened. I opened something. Did I open this guy? I did open that guy. However, where does this guy teleport me to? It's also possible this doesn't teleport you anywhere. Maybe it's where you get spit out somewhere. Teleports me to... Oh, just the outside. Okay. So just a shortcut. This is the cemetery. I never noticed you could just read a little sign next to the level. It's pretty neat. Next level. This is map number... 9. Number 9. Number 9. Oh. Oh, you can just crouch into the water. I wonder if there is limited oxygen. I see in the bottom center. 24, 23. It's a sneaky way to hide things, though. I'm assuming they're swimming in this game. I guess I've never looked. Oh, God. Oh, God, there's like a weird, like, velocity. Or not velocity. There's like a weird angling thing happening. It's affecting our aiming when we're in the water. A little pea shooter. Except my pea shooter is red. If your piss is red, you probably have bigger problems. We learned that the tornado spell does a really good job of just sucking these guys' entire buttholes. Prepare to have your butthole sucked. I said, prepare your butthole. There we go. He took the hint. The shield flies out from underneath him. These are cool. Pistol cannon. Yep. A couple more things. The serpent form can... Oh, I did not know that, Ace. You're a fucking genius. So we're a sea snake, then, if we can traverse the water really well. In fact, I wonder if there's, like, stuff down here. Thank you, Ace, for letting me know about that. The benefits to having somebody who's played the shit out of this game. It even says, yeah. In fact, you know what? I think in the first episode, I'm remembering now, there was a level where you, I think, did quite a bit of underwater shenanigans as the Snaky Boy in snake form. Snake. Snake! Hey, what's up, Ninja Wolf? Get a goofy costume while playing a terrifying horror game. I would really love to stream on Halloween. I'm trying to think if I've ever streamed on Halloween night. Maybe I have at some point previously in a past life. But it's tricky now because, for one thing, I'm married. So it's like, yeah, if I'm streaming, it's like very much a kind of a selfish solo act, obviously. So I want to make sure I'm like doing stuff with my wife. And also, I own a house, or I co-own a house with my wife. And we have a really cool neighborhood with lots of trick-or-treaters. So the reality is that we'll be spending most of the evening handing out candy, which is a really fun activity. You know, it's not a thing that I would ever want to rob myself or Gracie of. So I'm 100% with you. We'll see, though. I mean, sometimes, depending on how late it goes, sometimes, like, you know, 7, 8 o'clock rolls around, and, you know, you're looking at your watch, you're looking around like, damn, no more trick-or-treaters, what the hell? But usually that's a night where Gracie and I like to watch, you know, scary movies and just kind of hang out for a bit, so we'll see. I would love that, though. I would legitimately enjoy doing something like that. So maybe at some point, if not the day of, certainly around that time, we'll be doing some scary games for sure. In fact, I can guarantee that, well, I shouldn't guarantee this because there's no guarantee that I'll be streaming tomorrow, but if I stream tomorrow, well, actually, no, I'll phrase it this way. After tonight, the next time I stream, we'll be playing a game called Crow Country, which I've heard is a very good horror game. I've heard it's very, very good, very Silent Hill-esque. The presentation looks quite different than something like Silent Hill, but the way the gameplay plays apparently is extremely cool. So we're playing some spooky games. We're gonna play Amanda... What's it called? Amanda the Adventurer, I think is what it's called. It's on Steam. And, yeah, Amanda the Adventurer. We're gonna be playing Amanda the Adventurer sometime next week, I think. Because I think, be able to get a review key for the second one, which comes out in a few weeks. So I'm one to prepare for that. So we definitely have some spooky stuff on our horizons for sure. We do have goofy costumes. I mean, if nothing else, I can wear a costume when I'm handing out candy. I mean, you know, handing out candy in a funny costume is very on point for Halloween. That's like the one day of the year where it's very much encouraged, if not required to do so. That will only go over well. Yeah, Amanda the Adventurer 2 comes out in like a week or two, so I want to play the first one beforehand if I can help it. I think I might be able to score a review key. There's no guarantees, but I tend to have a pretty good track record with these things, so I'm feeling pretty confident. One more ticklage. There we go. We got his ass. Yeah, Crow Country's good. I'm super excited for that one, man. It's a weird but good puzzle game. Yeah, it's one of those games where when I saw, I think it's Dread XP. I think Dread XP is the publisher for it. I don't know who developed it, but I saw the publisher and I said, oh, I like this already because Dread XP, I don't love everything they've published. I didn't really love Flathead, but I like a lot of the things that they do or are involved with. When I saw like the kind of cutesy presentation, I was like, oh, this is more than meets the eye kind of thing. This is not just a cutesy, fun kiddo game. This is something fucking wild and nutty. So I have no idea what to expect, but I have an idea. I have some ideas what to expect, but I'm big excited. That'll be a fun one. And again, same thing with the second one too. I expect the second one will be quite good. Quite good indeed. The spread on the pistol is just, you have to get really close. It's better to just go for the snipes, honestly. That's really good damage. Oh, it takes 2 shots too, goddamn. Whereas the standard scatter shot is a single shot, so eats up the ammo real juicy. Real juicy like. Well, so that's why it's a premium weapon. You don't just have a ton of resources for this thing lying around. Heard about it from MatPat? Yeah, I know a number of people have played it or featured it on their channels in various shapes and forms. So yeah, it's a decently well trodden game by this point. I think it came out a year or two ago. But the fact that they're releasing a second one is very exciting. The Quarry, yeah, came out. That came out a few years ago. I know I've watched a good chunk of that one. When other people streaming it or playing it. I haven't watched all of it because I want to play it myself at some point. And for that matter, Until Dawn just had a remake. Well, I think it's kind of more of a remaster, but it does include new content, and that's on Steam and also PS5. Which is great because Until Dawn, same developer as The Quarry, and apparently is quite, really good. I've heard very good things about it. But it was PS4 only for many, many moons. Basically until this new remaster came out. So, boy, there's so much great stuff to play right now. Almost too much. The constant problem of too much good shit to play. Something CD and I were lamenting earlier. It's hard to make time for everything. And you know, I always advocate. The problem is that these developers, so cringe, man, they keep making good video games. Because they want to make good video games that I guess sell well and I guess, you know, feed their starving families because they have to earn a paycheck. Honestly, grow up. So cringe, am I right? So what they should do is just make really bad games for like 10 years. Let me get caught up. I get to play all the good games. And I can ignore the bad ones. And then once I and only me am caught up, then I can demand that the game developers make good games again. So I think that's pretty reasonable, right? It's not unreasonable or weird at all. How do I romance the muscular Minotaur statue? How do I get it to do things to my butt? No dice. Requires the wind key. That door is opened elsewhere. So this, check the objectives. City of Despair to find the wind key. City of Despair sounds like a really happy place. Does the damage? Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, the snipe is kind of the better choice 9 times out of 10, it seems. Is that the win key right there? I can almost like, can I reach my hands to the bars? Can I just grab it, please? Hey, these little, short little hobbit arms, man. Maybe there's a way around. Maybe. Let's just keep sniffing around. Sniffing around here. Oh, right, there was, yeah, so this is probably... We do have a map, but it doesn't really show us anything new. So maybe remake is a more appropriate term then, because it looked more like a remaster, but yeah, maybe there was like enough new content to constitute it being a remake then. It's kind of a fuzzy line being drawn between the two. Rocky says, that's not unreasonable at all, Alex. You're so smart. And so brilliant. And so handsome. Yeah, good for AoE, but yeah, I'm with you. The sniper is the way to do it, honestly. That's the way you do it. Play on your guitars, get your snipes for free. Let's see if there's anything else. We could exit. Was there anything else? I'm sure there was probably something else in the hub world we had not noticed. Back to the Hubba world. I'm sure there was something else I missed. For instance, there's the stuff over yonder. Still no bridge, but I could maybe jump in the water. It might lead to sad times if I jump in the water, though. Only do that if we have nothing else to try. This is an all too familiar feeling with this kind of game, and also with Hexen, too. Exploring the hub world, trying to find what's the first area you're supposed to explore. And, like, it's an inevitable... Do this level first, you get this key for this level, then you take that key to go to the next level. Like, there's an obvious intended path, or even a sequence to follow. Let's try that water area real quick. Graphical update. Yeah, I've watched not one of my friends. I watched another streamer though play it for a bit, and again, I didn't watch too much just because I want to make sure I play it myself at some point. But from what I saw, it looked really cool and the gameplay looked great, but there was a number of points where there were some obvious visual shenanigans going on, with like hair being rendered in certain lighting situations. Just very weird stuff that was, I'm sure, not intended by the devs. So I would imagine there's probably stuff that they're still working on to refine it a little bit further. I see. Snake key, iron key, dragon. Oh, dragon key. So that will probably open up the bridge then. And if I had to guess, if I jump down into the water, instant death. Yeah, no surprise there. No surprise there. 35th anniversary for MTV. I believe it, which is kind of wild. That means it's been alive. It's been alive as long as I have, because I'm 35 years old. That's pretty impressive. Thank you, MTV, for 14 years of music. Too fucking real. By the way, here's an area I'd not yet explored. This is probably hell, the church in hell level. They did say you need the bull transformation, or the some other kind of transformation in hell to get a certain kind of key. Actually, I think it's just the stone transformation somewhere in here to get some of the basically the first key. Ouch. Speaking of which, now's not a bad time to use this guy. This fucking melts their ass. Now that being said, I will not use this form against this guy. I will use this kind of stuff because it is very effective. I kill him? Not quite. Sneaky boy. Just one shot him. There we go. Sure nothing sneaks up behind me because areas I've not yet fully explored behind me as well. I might turn him into a friend. Rise from your grave. It's reconstituted. There we go. Whoop. And this is one of those cases where you kind of want the projectile to hit the wall because then it kind of grinds their HP to nothing. Ouch. Oh, right. That's his stomp attack, which does damage to me. I can't get too comfortable here. There we go. Just like that. Just grinds them down to nothing. It's amazing. And in Pokemon, I remember, are wind attacks effective against rocks? I can't remember. Flying attacks, I guess. Actually, no, it's probably the opposite. Flying is probably weak to rock. Rock and ground type, I had to guess. What's this? This is the tornado. Oh, okay, so if I started a new save, I would have just gotten the tornado spell. Which means, man, I can't imagine playing this hub area without some of these weapons. So that we're kind of doing these things. It's kind of a sequence break in that sense. Yeah, doing this this hub area with only the fire spell at first, and I guess also the ice spell at first would be a tall order. Although we did get the pistol as well as scythe. We have very little ammo for the scythe, unfortunately. This is giving me very specific memories of a very specific hub area in Hexen. It is kind of coming back to me right now. So level up here. This is probably the Church in Hell, if I had to guess. Church in Hell. So this is probably the first one we should do. I want to explore a little bit more this way just to see what else remains ahead of us. The delineation is a little bit iffy sometimes. But remake it, yeah, you're right. It's kind of hard to kind of narrow it down like that when there's some significant differences. So remake is, maybe it's like reimagining. Maybe that's a better term. And that thing, this is the story of a girl who cried a whole river and drowned the whole world. Were we here before? I think we've been here before. I just don't recognize this particular part of this area. I don't know, actually. Hard to say. Let's explore a little bit, though. There's bad guys. Oh, well, there's some dead bad guys, but some alive bad guys. I definitely would have picked this up. I think it's more to do with maybe new things have spawned. Or maybe, like, this was a platform that was raised up. I feel like I've been in parts of it. Yeah, I've been here before. Oh, but that was raised up. Okay. I haven't been in there before. Yeah, I've been here, though, I think. I mean, it looks like I've been here before. All the dead things. I don't remember this, though. I think the map only reveals things you've already visited. And again, I see all these dead things. Oh, okay, here we go. Yes, this does connect. Okay. Okay, now I feel better. Just trying to catch my bearings here. Ouch. Snakes! Kinda kicking the shit out of me. Just rips through the asses. Oh, it's probably... I realize why I didn't pick up some of this is because I was probably full on this ammo for a while. Meat just bounces slowly. There we go. Flying will be strong against ground, though. That would make sense. Yeah, because I feel like I have a distant memory of like Whirlwind or Sky Attack being effective sometimes against ground and rock types, but I couldn't quite remember. I was saying earlier how I've been out of the loop with Pokemon for a long time, and that right there is evidence of such unfamiliarity. A lot of ammo now, that's for sure. I could also see something being hidden somewhere amongst these little, like somewhere around here. I could see something like being disguised well behind these bushes. What can I say? I'm a man who loves a nice bush. What can I say? What can I say? The truth. Yeah, the terms is technically incorrect, but like, we all know what it's getting at, so it's like, we all know it's not the correct biblical definition for these phrases, but we're all like on it. It conveys the idea that it's all the same. So, City of Despair. We have the full objective list now. So, Stonebreaker near the Church in Hell to find the fire key. Despair. So we have the Serpent ability, we have the Stonebreaker ability. I would say we can do any of these. Well, and by any I mean the Church in Hell or City of Despair first. Doesn't matter which one. I like the idea of going from the bottom up. Bottoms up and the devil smiles. I like the idea of starting from the bottom and kind of working our way up. So let's do the church in hell first. Just to say this one over here. Photographs steal your soul. That's the fun part. Oh man, I wonder why this is called the church in hell. I mean, the church part I don't think I understand, but the in hell part is all too real. Oh, that's a sneaky one. Oh, but I can't get back up. Oh, and there's friends here. Oh, good. Get out of here. Get out of here. I can't get back up. I've fallen and I can't get up. I can't get back up. Oh, man. Oh, I see. I'm an idiot, though. You're supposed to jump down. Oh, I think I should have taken the autosave, actually. It would be... this one? Yeah, that one. This autosaves when you enter a new level. Unless... can I pick this up and not fall down? That'd be real cool. Okay, let's just jump down. Up! Ouch. Oh, for a second I thought that was the mini boss we fought, or the maxi boss we fought earlier. Oh, wrong weapon. But you know what? It kind of worked out. That's what I wanted to use. Kept switching to the wrong weapons. We're throwing meteors. I see. That's what those are. Do I want to raise something to fight for me? Yes, you shall fight for me. I've got a good feeling about you. Oh, I thought they were fighting each other for a second. He's got a limited amount of health, though, so I can't just lean on him to do all my bidding. They're probably going to primarily target me anyway. Well, I say that. I think he did just try to get his ass. So it teleported us into a pretty happening area. I'm sure we'll get back to the intro area soon enough. His ass. I can kill this guy with something other than Whirlwind. I'm gonna give this thing a bit of a break. Hot Wizard on Wizard action. He's still alive. Still cooking. Now I do have the sniper thingy available. And, oh, here we go. Never mind. We're already in the intro area. I'm curious. Are those gargoyles still sniffing around? Somewhere? Maybe they changed their mind. Or maybe they died already. Who knows? Oh. Something. I just, like, attempted. There you are. Oh, I fell in the lava. I'm really smart. I'm really smart. So smart. I am so smart. SMRT. Since the sniper, or I keep calling it sniper, the pistol cannon is an option, I will take it very, very heartily. They have quite a bit of sword juice, sword ammo anyway. Ching. Oh, it's 3 hits. 3 full assets to take those guys out. Get tornado, you nerd. That man fucking launched himself. Jesus, he's out of the fucking zip code. Oh. Sniped. Is it really a one-shot? Oh my god, this thing is disgusting. Oh my god, this thing is hilarious. Disgusting. I've fallen and I can't get out. Yeah, life alert. You already know. You already know what it is, bud. Shing. Okay. I'm gonna save here because I cannot be trusted. Take quite a bit of fall damage doing so. Hopefully it was worth it. Was it all worth it? No potions over here, unfortunately. On here, though. I see this guy again. Snipers. Here he goes. Can I just snipe him from afar? He's charging. Charging Chuck. Oh, but I can't interrupt the charge. Also just snipe his ass down. There we go. Let's resurrect one of these dudes. Probably this guy, just because he's in a really good position. The correct use of the term doesn't really reveal a whole lot about the actual product. Right, exactly. That's like where the general understanding kind of comes in. Yeah, is it the same game, or is it like but prettier? Is it the same game but prettier, or is it... I'm not sure how I fell down, but I think I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. Is it the same game but like a little bit prettier, or is it like a whole new experience? Like a whole new like reimagined, modernized experience. That seems to be like basically what it kind of ultimately comes down. So it's gonna respawn this guy to be on my side. Much like Nationwide, he is on my side. I'm not sure how I fell down earlier. I was like, I don't know if like I'm just bad at exploring, or if platforms fall away. Just sniffing around, but... Oh, right, wrong one. When they charge, they just launch themselves for fucking miles. They missed, that is. If they miss, they will just keep going forever. That boy's gone. He's fucking gone, bro. Gargoyles are so annoying. They're doing a good job of distracting. It's the fireball staff. Can you just stay in one place, bro? Someone is trying to do a area of effect. Oh no, it's this thing. Oh no, never mind. He's on my side. Life alert cared. That's right. Call now and order yours today. This is the big demon uninstaller. Big demon make go away weapon. Very effective. Like Ash trying to advertise his boomstick. Shop smart. Shop as smart. Can't quite jump over there just yet. There's a little platform down below. That guy's a friend. It's probably like the next major intended area. This is nice and open. This is kind of like I've got some elbow room, which is nice. Original artistic director of Silent Hill 2 said if they could have done an over the shoulder back in the day, they would have done it, which is respectful. I never did play Silent Hill 2, but I did play Silent Hill 1, and that game is like a technical wonder given when it came out. Really, really impressive what they were able to do with that game, given that it was, you know, still a PS1. Now, granted, a late in its life cycle PS1 game, still PS1 doing that kind of shit was pretty fucking baller. Apparently that like alt fire for the ice spell is just not the bestest. Not my favoritist. So yes, on the one hand, like, yeah, just the idea of like, you know, preserving like the original like flow of a game. Like, I never get really bummed out or bent out of shape when it comes to a classic game being remade or like ruining a classic, because it doesn't like take the place of the classic. You can still play the original if you have access to it, at least. So, you know, the idea of a more modernized version of a classic game doesn't really bother me. I don't feel like it detracts necessarily. But I do know, like you were saying, Zabatsu, that there are some that take umbrage with such things, but it's never something I've had the wherewithal to be bothered by. There's too many other things to be bothered by in life. A lot of praise for the remake. Yeah, that's legit. That's legit. And there were a lot of technical limitations for Silent Hill 1 and 2, so... I mean, that's the whole idea of the fog. And the whole idea of the fog for Silent Hill 1, at least, was absolutely because of technical limitations. And it worked to the game's favor. Like, that's like a huge part of the game's, not even just the atmosphere, but like as like a function of the game, as a function of like what limits your visibility, something you have to work around. It's like a feature of the game's difficulty. And it was all born from technical limitations. Sometimes those technical limitations can bring out some like really cool creative problem solving. Or maybe not problem solving in this case, but like a new approach for a scary game, for horror. Same reason Cyberpunk is in first person, the 2077 game. It's over here. A guy I can't reach, but he's got the transformation that we need. Pretty exciting. Go into the church. Probably the Hell Church. The church in hell. The titular church in hell. Looks to be it. This is some Diablo 1 shit right here. One of my favorite games ever, Diablo 1. I want to enter with. Let's probably still stick with the tornado spell. Quick save. Can draw a lot, can do smooth combat, right? Yeah. The clunkiness and the like lack of a badass superstar hero it's a feature. Limitation was turned into a design choice, that's right. Developing smart, that's a good way to put it. Look at this fella. New enemy unlocked. Like, just dragging their asses away with this weapon. We recognize that attack. That's the kind of attack that the Undead King, I think, from the episode 1 had, the boss at the end. We kill him? We kill everything, obviously. This meteor launch and fool needs to be taught a lesson in not launching meteors. Lesson in it's not nice to throw meteors at people. You're being very not nice. You're being kind of cringe. Everyone's thinking it. You know, that some of them aren't saying it, but we're all definitely thinking it, that's for sure. When the year 2077 rolls around, we're all gonna be playing Cyberpunk and being like, huh, this is not how it turned out at all. I just hope humanity makes it to that point, man. I hope we make it that far and we don't nuke each other into oblivion. Guy's on fire. I think he's just a standard undead fella, but he got turned on fire. Also, you know how to deal with these guys. You have a specific tool to deal with such things. Killed a lot of bad guys. Feeling when I hit the switch it's going to open up a bunch more. I've played enough Serious Sam and other kinds of games. You know what's going to happen when I hit that switch. It's going to lower something. It's going to maybe eventually open up that area out back. Have the bull transformation. Probably going to be an area up top as well. Yeah, only 53 years. For better or for worse, a lot can happen in 53 years. Hope I'm around for it too, for that matter. I'll be an old fella. An old hobbit. Just get some cryogenic freezing. There you go. I'm sure that'll be more available by that point from like a technology perspective. Don't know about the cost. Can't say much about that, obviously. The reality could be much worse. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to find out. We drop down for a little teleporty fella. An odd thing to have us do, but sure. Now I'm up here, so sure enough, the second floor. Spawn more bad guys? Don't think so. Reminder, there is fall damage in this game. Oh wait. Oh, I was like, what am I doing up here? No, but seriously, what am I doing up here? What did that give me? Am I supposed to hit these things? There's like, oh, I see. There's a platform down here you can drop into. That makes me feel. I was like, what? There's something I'm missing, and there was something I was missing. I just hit that switch, which is good. Those kinds of workarounds, those technical tricks, yeah. Yeah, there's one of my favorite examples that I go back to that did a really good job of hiding it when I played the game originally is Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime, at least 1 and presumed 2 and probably 3. Certainly 1 and probably 2 do this. Where if you ever are, if you're playing through the game for the first, like if you're playing through a level or like a series of rooms for the first time, you're probably playing through it pretty slow, and it's like pretty chill. It's pretty chill, and you never really notice any major like loading zones, hang-ups, that kind of thing. If you've played this game and you've heard about this, you probably already know what I'm getting at. Killed them both, hell yeah. But I'll go ahead and finish it anyway. So if you're like playing the game for the first time or playing a level for the first time, it's pretty chill. Not like a whole lot of like nuance to this. But if you're replaying through an area, you're probably going through it pretty fast. You're probably like plowing through the level, and you might hit a door that leads to a room you've already been to that takes like a few seconds to open. Like you shoot it, you shoot the door to open it like you would normally, and it like disengages like it's about to open, but it takes a few seconds. That's because it's not that the game is being weird. Hull burner immune to lava and acid. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fireball spread, floor flames. Oh yeah. Let's try this guy out. I can be one of you. Yes. Fireball Nova. Oh, I forgot there's the F ability. Does everything have an F ability? Everything is fuckable. Everything has an F ability. Oh, that's so cool. It uses a lot of juice. And you can piss fire. And of course, oh my god, this transformation, it fucking rips. Wow, I love this transformation. Wow, wow, wee wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. But anyway, yeah, so the reason it's doing that with the doors is because it's loading the next room, but it's doing it subtly so you don't notice it. So like those ways where, just the Metroid Prime thing, those ways that games can disguise those things can sometimes be quite impressive. Couldn't understand how the game could run so well on the Switch hardware. Yeah, I mean, Breath of the Wild, same kind of shit there. Hardly any loading zones in that game too, for that matter. Original Pokemon, man, they crammed so much shit into the original Pokemon. It's fucking wild. Yeah, they crammed so much shit. They had to go to extreme lengths to pack data in and pack images in very creative ways to make all that fit, because that shit was wild. So the F ability pukes like a little poison spot out, which is kind of cool. A little poison attack. Presumably a damage over time ability. That's pretty cool. And then what's the stone guy do? I forgot about the F button. For like fancy. F for fancy attack. Oh, that's right. He like punches. Oh, can't get away from that. And it causes a bunch of shit to rain down to do a crap ton of damage. But being the Hellburner, oh my god, Hellburner is so fucking dope. Yeah, hitting loading zones, yeah, not making it super obvious. Really impressive shit right there. Really cool shit. But if I had to guess, these guys probably resist fire damage. He's still taking the damage, though. So when you do that stomp... Oh, shit. Oh, but he does resist it, so... Let's open... It would be nice if I... This one looks like where I wish I had a melee attack. I think he can reflect these, though. So those guys are a good foil to... Oh, I'm out of the juice. So let's break the transformation so I can get back to this guy, but... That's a good foil for that style of attack. The guys that can just reflect the projectiles back at you, because that's pretty scary. Should be enough to kill. Not quite. There we go. Just one little tippy tap with the pea shooter. Jak and Daxter does a pretty good thing too, or cool thing with that. Wait, would have the characters trip? Oh, I see what you're saying. That's to disguise the loading. Yeah, it's really sneaky. In fact, when we were playing Banishers Ghosts of New Eden a few weeks ago, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, there was a couple moments where, yeah, you would like have to go up to a wall and press E to kind of sidle through a narrow passage. And sometimes it was like not very obvious why those narrow passages were there. Sometimes it was just a natural rock formation. Other times it seemed arbitrary. Why do we put this here? And there was one point where as we're sneaking through those little sequences, there was a moment where you could catch a very quick glimpse. If you knew where to watch and what to kind of focus on, you could catch a glimpse of the area it was about to load in, and it was all pink and purple, implying that it wasn't fully loaded in yet. So A lot of modern games do that kind of thing. If there's an arbitrary sequence where you have to like crouch to go underneath something, or reach over something that seems like what is this here for? It doesn't really serve a purpose. It might be to intentionally slow the player down, so there's like a loading zone, so that way it's not like an obvious thing where there's like a pay no attention to the man behind the iron curtain kind of situation, or not iron curtain, but pay no attention to the man behind the curtain kind of situation. Ooh. So that so the devs can sneak in those little loading areas and make it really well disguised. I think there's a certain arch to that kind of thing. I love this transformation, but yeah, you burn through the juice real quick. But also, it's like regenerative ammo. So suddenly, we're relying a lot less on the standard ammo, which is kind of cool. The standard resources. Of course, this really works well as a shotgun, so you have to get kind of close. Would Phil die over time if I just let him stay on fire? Probably not. Now that did kill him though. The damage over time with that thing. Good shit. Yeah, single pieces of code to cover multiple scenarios. Yeah, it's a technical wonder that the original Pokemon runs at all on Game Boy hardware, given how much crap they had to fit in to those teensy little cartridges. I remember somebody, I can't remember what the number is, but just the amount of storage that is available in those cartridges is just adorable. It's just so teensy tiny. So the fact that there's so much stuff, I mean, all the various Pokemon, the stats, the moves, the images, the cries that they make, I mean, there's just so much crammed in there. And it's known for being a very exploitable game. We all remember the Cinnabar Island trick with Masigno. There's exploits in that game that are well documented. And for a while, it was like a kind of a thing that people had like used to shit on the game, like, oh, her Pokemon Red and Blue are garbage games because they're so poorly coded, blah blah blah. Something that a lot of people would shit on just because it was so easy to exploit. But years later, we look back and we go, holy fuck, it's no wonder the game is like balanced on the edge of on a blade's edge, on a knife's edge, just barely being held together. But it does, and if you play it vanilla, you probably don't really notice with how I think generally well it's been executed. But yeah, if you know what you're doing though, there's crazy exploits, crazy ways to break the game. I mean, speedrunners, not even speedrunners, just people that have access to the internet have found some pretty wild shit. Also, it's very dark in these lands, so I'm curious. Oh, it's just another scythe. I wonder if is the floor gonna drop out? This looks like an Aryan Hexen where the floor drops out. Oh, except I'm full of I'm full of the scythe juice. I gotta use this thing, because this is a cool weapon. There's a room in Hexen that looks a lot like this, and I have very vague memory of, well, no, not vague, very specific memory of walking up, seeing a thing, picking it up, and the floor drops out, and you just auto die. And there's no warning, and there's no way to know it except just knowing that there's a platform that has something you want, and it's so fucking mean. So fucking mean. It's like, you better hope you're saving, because otherwise, progress loss is real. So cool. And it does a damage over time. Got that DOT. Department of Transportation. Your soul has been damaged. You are cursed. You are cursed to death. Cursed to die. Scythe ammo. That's right, Farfanugan. The scythe juice. Delicious. And they all catch on fire. But summon a friend. They all catch on fire when they see me. They just see me and go, oh fuck, it's that guy. Oh shit, oh god, oh fuck, we're dead. That does bounce back, but he still gets got by the flames. But not the most effective use. Actually, if you last long enough, the damage over time will fuck him up. Which is kind of nice. That thing real quick, and then let's continue this way. Long level. More unholy hand grenades. Beautiful. Sniper ammo. Which actually no, I'm gonna continue with this because this might be enough. Maybe not quite. Nothing else. You have this cool thing. Yeah, you caught that, right, Jin? Yeah, I that's not the first time I've conflated the two metaphor, maybe not metaphor, but the two like idioms. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, and then the Iron Curtain. I don't know why my brain does that. I've done it a few times before, on stream no less. Also, I'm with Ace on this one. Using the sniper shot for the pistol is generally the smarter call. But the one thing I'll say about the spread shot is that it looks cool as fuck. Just do it like the spread shot. It's very badass seeing the projectiles spray out like that, especially against a single target. Some of the best leaps in game development are just people trying to make shit run on crappy ass hardware. You're not wrong. I mean, like we were saying earlier, limitation can really breed some creative solutions to problems. Creative problem solving. It's definitely something to that for sure. If not for Pokemon, then yeah, that's a good point. It would have been, I mean, like, I'm sure the advent of Pokemon Red and Blue on the Game Boy introduced other technical possibilities for games on the Game Boy, which I'm sure had other downstream effects as far as that, you know, things that had just a little bit more things that like had effect. Oh god, effects on other games, other game development, like later on down the road. Makes all the sense in the world. Get tornadoed. Get sucked by the tornado. That guy just fucking launched over me. I'm not sure if that was the tornado, if he just has a leap attack, but that man just got fucking launched. There we go, that'll fuck him up. Yeah, they can block most projectiles, so it would seem. That still got him. Popped. Popped like an icy balloon. Modern game development. With modern game development understanding, we can make it. I mean, you're probably right, honestly. I mean, I'm sure by now Pokemon Red Blue is probably fairly paltry based on what can be crammed into like an original Game Boy now with our, like you said, our kind of our current understanding. Wild to imagine what could possibly be thought of now. Our power level has only begun to be like on display. I think I kind of scuffed one of those shots. Ouch. We've been using this thing a whole lot. It's really good. Let's go back to this guy for a bit, just because this is really fun. Stomping around like a demon and just killing shit with fireballs. Also, I forget, we're immune to acid and lava, which is pretty sweet. Not the projectile damage from lava attacks, but still, we can just bathe in lava and be totally A-okay. Pretty sweet. Game Boy could have had some crazy shit. I mean, I know there are indie developers that continue to make like games that can run on NES hardware, presumably also on Game Boy hardware. There's not as huge of a market for it, obviously, so it's not exactly a high priority right now, I would assume. But still, there are indie devs that are out there attempting such things. It's pretty sweet. Pretty wild damn time. Something down there. But before I do that, let's just go ahead and save. That's right, you already know, Ace. You already know someone made an SNES game card, or compatible for the SNES. That's super cool, man. I love it. I love seeing that kind of shit. Just what's possible right now, you know, with current technology and, like you said, just kind of more modern game design approaches in the future. Future is a strange and wild and cool and terrifying place at times. Time and place. High five. It's a hot high five. A spicy one. So using quite a lot of the juice that we'll have to transform out of this in a bit. And I think if you switch to another transformation, I think the transformation energy does carry over, which is to say, if we're like right now, I've got 2 transformation juice. If I switch over to this guy, wait a couple seconds. Yeah, the transformation juice takes a while to restore, so you can't just mainline spam the same transformation over and over again. Kind of makes sense, especially if you're fighting lots of baddies. Left and right. There's a piss potion. It's more of a piss mug than a piss potion. Got the handle. What about the microtransactions? Yeah, when it comes to modern gaming practices, there's a certain number of modern gaming practices that some of us are not gonna miss anytime soon, so to speak. To put it nicely. Yeah, we need those microtransactions, or else we're not gonna get our return on our investment, and our investors are gonna be pissed. And our stock count will go down by 0.0001%. And we'll be ruined forever. You're right, you're right. Modern gaming practices. All these things to consider. We apparently still have a life crystal effort. I'm not even sure how we got one, because I remember using one earlier. Oh, that's right. I tried to use it, but they wouldn't let us get back to the same area, because the door closed behind us for that boss battle. So no, we could not use it. Go ahead and break this thing down. Yeah, it's a physical DLC. The physical cart you have to buy. It's like downloadable, maybe not content, but downloadable physical expansion product. Fire keys, so we are good, presumably, with this area. Yeah, there's a teleporter out here. I want to try fucking with these guys. I mean, the damage over time actually does melt them pretty good. Guys seem to have a lot of health. Yeah, just a few seconds of getting hit by that melts them pretty good. I think we've pretty much cleared this area. There's the one guy we resurrected earlier, just cruising around, hanging out. There we go. That was the Church in Hell level. The Pistine, that's right, that's right. It does sound like hell. Like, oh, I don't know if I like this, man. We were talking about late stage capitalism. What about future stage capitalism? Oh boy. Oh joy. Oh rapture. So I think the other one that was a possibility, is the City of Despair. However, yeah, we completed that one. We can do this one at any point, presumably, because we have the Serpent skill. We have the Fire Key, so we could use the Fire Key to go into... what do we use for the Fire Key? And, I can't remember. It might actually be in here. Maybe that's why we had to do that one first. So maybe there was an an explicit order. Maybe the Fire Key is used here. Because I see no other mention of it. Yeah, so that's probably where we got to use it here. Let's go and save here. It is oh my god, I went real late. I mean, 1:30 is kind of about how late I go generally. But since we started tonight's stream, here, we'll just leave this up for a second. Oh, except the game doesn't like it when you alt-tab sometimes, so I think it's crashing. Well, I was going to leave some background noise, but that's okay. No, since we started we actually started significantly late. We started at 6:30 tonight. A lot earlier than I usually go. Because we wanted to make sure we would get a decent amount of time with CD, so we could play Sir Whoop-Ass with her, and we did. We played for about probably a good 3 or 4 hours.